me the favor. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Stratford, Connecticut. We're here. It is time. It is time. It is time. Plunge time in the house. I do have.
I would strongly urge you, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe.
Thanks so much for that, Sam Style Thief on the right side there. Anyways, I do have a tab open with Down from the Rafters profile here. I've been told we are possibly 5 minutes away from getting an update there. I will say it is last active yesterday. The post does say it is last updated 2 days ago. So I'll keep my eye on that throughout this whole ordeal today we're about to go under. Before we get to that, though, of course, let's get to our iceberg graphic in the house here. What's going on? Let's see what we have covered so far, what we have left to cover. And here's all the things we have plunged so far on this very show you are watching today. If you're interested in any of those, command is right there for you. Today, of course, in the middle of your screen, we got a hot Latina to talk about today, my friends. Hot Latina. And now we're gonna have some fun. Let me tell you that. We're gonna have some fun today. So how the structure of this is gonna be, because the hot Latina itself, there isn't like that much deep lore about it. Of course, I've prepared every mention for you. But then I found some other fun stuff that I think it might be cool to go into. Other mentions of Latinas, different Latinas throughout his career on YouTube. So we're going to get through the hot Latina lore, and then we're going to pivot to other style Latina mentions. So we're all Latina all the time here at WPIG 1651. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Karen Masters poll on Halloween. There we go. That's a pretty high pool on today like today, when we would be seeing on this very day 1 year ago, Karen Masters was debuted. That's a big pull. First pull of the day in the house here. But let's get our iceberg out of the way. We see the score. We see what we're covering today. Let's get through it. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Also, one quick positive addition to the stream. You can see the ranking of Khet Koin leaders now. Should be able to. Yeah, there we go. So Nick BMX Guy is the leader. Somehow he has the most again. I don't know how that happens. Toxic Cherry Juice, Swaggy Davis Jr., Mr. Jinx, and Vicious round out the top 5. Cat is not happy about it, though, as you can see on the top right. But there we go. That is the positive addition for this stream. Always try to have one positive addition. So there's my positive addition for this one. And anyone can check that with uppercase rank, of course. But I think I put a cooldown of like a minute or something on there. But anyways, don't spam it. Don't be a douchebag. Anyways, so where do we start? Well, let's start right at the beginning. The first telling of this hot Latina story. This was from... actually, that's not the one I want. I want this one. Big ups, D-Dog in the house.
She sucks his dick.
She does suck his dick. It's 2:57 a.m. here. We'll try to stay awake, but as Leah DSP last post, now hack to bed. Might stuck in the Matrix. Yeah, we got to go now hack to bed. You did get a Rocky Apollo Creed pull. Not bad, not bad. You take those, you know. 3 silver star Apollo Creed in the house. You love to see it. But here's the hot Latina, very true story. Well, we're going to listen to Phil tell the story, and you tell me if you think it's true or not. We're going way back to May 29th of 2014 to hear our tale. I'm watching the version put together by Blooper World Order. Shout-outs to Blooper World Order. Legend. This was posted 2 years ago, this re-upload of this. But let's get to it. Let's hear the initial telling of the hot Latina story. Let's enjoy together. Let's go.
The final story that I'll tell you, which was kind of funny, was when it was about, I'd say, between 6th to 8th grade. You know, this is the time when the guys are starting to beef up a little bit. They're starting to get more masculine. Some of them are getting facial.
Guys are starting to beef up a little bit. Very normal. All right, but anyways, let's get the rest of this funny story. Guys are starting to beef up. I never thought when I saw my fellow, you know, my fellow friends going through puberty, I didn't look at them and say, yeah, they're beefing up. Look at us all, guys. We're beefing up. All right, but anyways,
Guys are starting to little beef up a little bit. They're starting to get more masculine. Some of them are getting facial hair. I incidentally, in 6th to 7th grade, started growing my mustache. That's when I started growing it for the first time. The girls, yeah, they start to get titties and they start to get...
Pulling out the T word. God, that's like so middle school, isn't it? Like, bring out the titties. Chu's in the same room with me. She can hear that. Sorry, Chu, if you could hear that. Jesus. The titties.
Get a little, you know, they look more feminine, more attractive, and they're starting to get horny. You know what I mean? That's
they're starting to get horny. Oh, damn. Phil's on top of this.
Age when all the hormones start to range, okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And there were some girls who, admittedly, I thought were pretty hot in my...
Again, remember he has to point out that he doesn't, like, it's weird. Admittedly, they were hot. Okay, I mean, that's, yeah, there's hot people, right? It's totally cool to think people are hot, but okay.
School, but I never really took any action or anything against them because at that age I was like, I'm young, I'm focused on school, that's all I really care about.
Right.
But of course, then 7th, 8th grade, they start to have dances, right?
Uh-oh.
And if there's going to be a dance, more than likely there's going to be some dancing with women and yada, yada, yada. I remember one...
Oh, what a logic leap that would be. There's going to be a dance. You know what that means? Dancing with women. Am I right, guys? This sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Dance I went, and it was funny because we had done a talent show that year. 40 likes and climbing. It'd be great if we could get a bunch because we have almost 200 viewers. It would be great if we could get some more likes. It helps the stream and the channel in general for discoverability purposes. Okay.
Thanks so much for reminding everybody. Interrupting me there, Phil. But he says it's like it's a bad thing. Like, you know what that happens? You gotta dance with chicks, you know what I'm saying? It sucks, dude.
Yada, yada, yada. I remember one dance I went, and it was funny because we had done a talent show that year.
It was funny. That's our second. It was funny. Let's hear how it's not funny. Here we go.
And myself and 3 of my classmates had learned how to do the two-step. And so we were actually doing the two-step during the dance. Dun, 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 dun. It was cool. Someone pulled out a...
Oh, yeah, I bet a lot of people thought that was cool.
Dun, 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 dun,
Very
dun,
cool.
Dun, 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 dun. It was cool. Someone pulled out a video camera and recorded it. It was really nice. Cool. You know, back then, it was like a cool, friendly dance. No one hurt each other. No one was being dicks. Then 8th grade...
No one hurt each other. No one was being dicks. So...
50 likes. It'd be great if we get 100. I don't know why people would come and enjoy the stream and not like it. That's just really weird.
Very weird. Why would your first thought to be to talk about how no one was getting hurt, right? Like, why would you even mention that? No one's getting hurt. Hey, is that common of a thing for you in the school? Damn. No one's getting hurt. It's a dance. What are you supposed to do?
And it was all about everyone, a cool, friendly dance. No one... It was cool. Someone pulled out a video camera and recorded it. It was really nice. You know, back then, it was like a cool, friendly dance. No one hurt each other. No one was being dicks. Then 8th grade hit, and it was all about everyone wants to fuck everyone, okay?
8th grade hit, and everyone wants to fuck everyone. 8th grade? I don't remember it being 8th grade. I remember I wanted to, but I wasn't even thinking about that level of just fucking. I remember I liked girls a lot then, but damn. Everyone's trying to fuck everybody in 8th grade now. That's fucking middle school, isn't it? I was like, if I could hold hands, I'm down, you know? That gets me 90% of the way there, if you know what I'm saying. And in middle school, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, lady listeners out there, but you know what I'm saying? Just fact of life.
So when 8th grade hit, it was funny because there was this one girl who everyone knew that she had kind of been messing around with this guy who was considered like the stud. He was a black kid.
Okay, black kid. He was the stud, all right? He's the stud of the group.
Real tall. He was like he had definitely matured more than anyone else. He looked like he was a football player, okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Football player. Well, because he's black and muscular, that means he's a football player, okay?
And he was good looking.
Oh, good looking,
and he wasn't overweight or nothing. He was like, he could have, I mean, I'll be honest, the kid could have been like a model. It was ridiculous.
Phil was very taken with this gentleman. Hey, live your truth, brother. But that's he knew a lot of facts about him. He almost said masculine too, by the way. But let me hear that again.
Matured more than anyone thought. He was a black
You almost said he's masculine.
She had kind of been messing around with this guy who was considered like the stud. He was a black kid.
Stud,
was real tall. He was like he had definitely matured more than anyone else. He looked like he was a football player. Okay.
Football player.
And he was good looking.
Nice. Whoa,
and
good
he wasn't
looking.
overweight or nothing. He was like, he could have, I mean, I'll be honest, the kid could have been like a model. It was ridiculous. And the girl, I still
Oh, is this from Stephen King's It, the story? Okay. Amazing. All right, let's go.
remember her name. Her name, I believe, was Vanessa.
Vanessa.
I think it was.
Shout outs to Vanessa. Vanessa enters, well, she already has entered many years ago, but she's officially part of the Detractorverse now. Vanessa. This is not about Taco Chan. This is high school, brother. 8th grade. Vanessa. Well, hello, Vanessa.
And she was a hot Latina girl. She was the only girl in school who really had grown big boobs by then. And she had a big ass, and she had a pretty face, and she was, you could tell the ones who were going to grow up to be the hotties. This was 8th grade, so, young teenagers, she was starting to be attractive to everyone. And I remember that everyone kind of knew that they had been making out and maybe or doing something else or whatever. But then apparently they stopped for whatever reason. Okay?
Whatever reason.
And then it was like, people were like, oh, fair game.
Oh, for British style audience, 8th grade is, let's see. So you start 8th grade, I believe, is 13, right? I believe 13 or 14 or 12 and 13. One of those two. 12 or 13 or 13 or 14. One of those two. Big up, Swaggy Davis Jr. Contribution to Rambo Bambo's 401k retirement fund. Oh, yeah, it's going right in there. Right in there. Good luck on the pool. But yeah, 12, between 12 and 14 for sure. And congrats on that cool merch. 5 gold star cool merch. That, by the way,
try to get with her, and
that picture is a real piece of merch, by the way, that you could buy on Dave's Teespring. That's not a made up picture there.
And then it was like,
lie load. That was a great lie loading face there.
And then it was like,
what? Hang on, let me think of the next part of the story real quick. Hang on.
Okay.
Here, think. Oh,
and then it was like, people were like, oh, fair game. Everyone could try to get with her. And I remember dudes would like make comments to her in class and ask her out, and she would shoot them down and make fun of them, and everyone would laugh.
Fair game, bros. Jump in, guys. Go get her. Right. Very normal. Very cool.
That idiot. He got the courage to ask her out, and she turned them down. So I was the kind of guy I didn't give a shit. I told you, through my whole school career, I didn't really give 2 shits about any of that stuff.
Okay,
I did.
Right. Oh, really
so
cool. So you didn't care about, I thought you said everyone wanted to fuck, but you didn't care about it. So you were the one that didn't care, but everyone else cared? Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds very believable so far. So remember, everyone's trying to fuck each other, but Phil didn't care about any of it. So he's above this stuff. Stupid idiots. Cared about girls. What's wrong with you? By the way, this dude who's like a model.
60 likes now. We're at 60. Again, we're going for 100, guys. If you could, please like the stream. And, of course, all of the support is greatly appreciated.
Dude is like a model.
In 8th grade, I remember there was this one day when, for whatever reason, it was like dress down day. And I dressed up nicely for the time. I have no recollection right now.
It's dress down day, so I dressed up. Get that straight again.
Dress down day. And I dressed up nicely for the time. I have no...
It's dress down day, but I dressed up. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Very cool. Very chill.
Recollection right now what I wore. I remember I had a baseball cap. I don't remember how I wore it. I wore it backwards or something. I don't remember anything else about how I dressed.
All right, so you got to get that picture in your mind. A backwards cap. Backwards cap is rocking and rolling. Cool. Very cool.
And it was dress down day, and we were doing a outdoor physical activity. Once a year, they would usually do this special event. Oh, look how physically fit our kids are. We're going to show off for some thing that our...
Oh, God. So you're talking about sports day for European style detractor. Sports day is where you kind of like do these stupid competitions and your parents can come watch. It's kind of like whatever, but it's a thing for sure. But yeah, field day. And it's not like, let's see how, it's nothing to do with showing how like awesome you are at, look how good we are at physical fitness. Is that what he just said?
It was dress down day, and we were doing a outdoor physical activity. Once a year, they would usually do this special event. Oh, look how physically fit our kids are. We're going to show off for some thing that our kids are physically fit. And so they had this event, And I remember during the event, I was doing very physical things. Back then, I had no weight on me at all. I was a string bean, right? Very athletic.
String bean. There was a string bean.
Very skinny.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of the event, I remember the girl was on my team for whatever event we were doing, some kind of athletic event, and we were, tagging, and we were having fun and doing stuff, and she was, kind of almost a little.
We were tagging and having fun. So meaning you were participating in the field day as if. What does tagging mean in this case? They were playing tag? Like 8th grade, a little bit late for tag, but what exactly were they doing again? Let's hear this.
I remember the girl was on my team for whatever event we were doing, some kind of athletic event, and we were, tagging, and we were having fun and doing stuff, and she was,
So, so let's get it straight. You were on the same team for a field day event, which might have been like, tag or whatever, and she was playing the game as I assume everyone else was. Okay, now that we're on the same page, let's move together positively.
Kind of almost a little flirting with me, which is kind of funny. And after the event, I remember we had a dance later on that week. And at the dance, so here I am, I'm out on the dance floor. The girl, out of nowhere, comes up to me and says, "Let's dance." And she pulls me out to the dance floor. I swear to God, this happened. She was grinding all on me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't expect that. And everyone, all the dudes looked over, they were like,
all right, she was grinding on me. Make sure we get this right. This is a key contributor to the story. Grinding on me. Let's hear the grind, all right?
Dance floor. I swear to God, this happened. And said,
okay, hold on. Let me hear this again. The start of the story again. I just want to make sure we get this right.
Kind of almost a little flirting with me, which is kind of funny.
Is that the field day she was flirting by playing, doing the task that was asked of them in that fucking class? Go ahead.
And after the event, I remember.
Okay, after the event,
we had a dance.
Dance after the event. This is probably months different. Months later. Okay.
Later on that week, and at the
later on that week. All right, later on that week. I don't think schools would do those kind of big events that close together, but that's such a small thing. Who cares? He lies about that. Like, that's just breathing air.
Guys, we're at 70 likes. If you're having a good time tonight, you give the stream a like. We hit 100 likes. We'll do a celebratory bubble blow. That would be swell if you could do that.
That'd be swell.
Dance. So here I am. I'm out on the dance floor. The girl, out of nowhere, comes up to me and says, "Let's dance." And she pulls me out to the dance floor. I swear to God, this happened.
Okay, so let me tell you.
80 likes, everyone. 20 more to hit 100. That's the goal for the night.
Let me tell you about what happened to in this case, right? So, if a girl likes a guy, at this time especially, unless she is the most confident woman of all time in these days, which is, very possibly could be, but let's hear the rest. You don't just run up to them and pull them in the middle of the dance floor and dance. That takes extreme confidence, right? And that's something that is very, very rare for someone to have. If you actually like somebody, you would more likely do the route of, sneakily asking their friends, "Can you ask him to dance for me?" Maybe you ask him, maybe you do ask him directly, but it would not be this big rigmarole of pulling someone in the middle of the dance floor. That just doesn't happen when someone's actually interested in someone. So more than likely, it was like people are saying in chat. I see Rampa Otters and a few other people. It was probably a dare, right? Like, hey, I'll give you $1 if you go. I'll give you $1 if you go dance with him. You know what I'm saying? Like that it screams that situation here. Like if you really like someone, you don't do that. Let me just pull you in front of the dance floor and make a big joke out of it. Like, if they do that, there's a problem. They don't really like you.
Let's dance. And she pulls me out to the dance floor. I swear to God, this happened. She was grinding all on me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't expect that. And everyone, all the dudes looked over. They were like, like they didn't know what was going on.
So Bruce, the Latina is Vanessa. That was in his school. That's who she was.
And it was funny because the next day,
we know she had big breasts and she was getting hot, and we could tell she was going to be hot when she got older too. That's all the information we have so far.
When we all went back to school, actually, I don't know if it was the next day. I think that was a Friday, so it probably would have been Monday. The kid who used to, go out with her, who was kind of the big dude, the head dude of all, like the alpha male of the class, was hanging.
The head dude, the alpha
great,
male.
Guys. Our goal is 100 likes on the stream. We're at 90. Come on, we get 10 more likes, please.
Alpha male. When I was in middle school, I wasn't thinking about in terms of like alpha male and head dudes. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I wasn't thinking in those terms. But all right, Phil probably was. Phil knew he was not that guy. I'm not saying I was. I just definitely fucking wasn't. But he knew he was not that guy, and he knew who he wanted to be, and that's probably what he is. I'm the alpha male.
Hanging out with all the dudes, and he's like, so did you guys, did you see what happened on Friday? And they were all like playing off, no, she didn't dance with Phil. She didn't do nothing like that, right?
So you hear that again? Little context there. So they were talking about it. I mean, Phil was in the room, but they're not talking to him. I mean, who's going to talk to him, right? They're talking about it amongst themselves, saying like, did you guys see that? Vanessa? That was nuts, dude. Like, yeah, that's not really a dance, though.
Playing off, no, she didn't dance with Phil. She didn't do nothing like that, right? And he goes, no, you don't understand. Like, I still talk to her. I'm friends with her, and she wants to go out with him. She thinks he's hot and all this.
Oh, God. Oh, God. God, this is where the lies go to level 10. What?
Understand, like, I still talk to her. I'm friends with her, and she wants to go out with him. She thinks he's hot and all this. And the guys were like, what the fuck's bullshit? No. It was so funny. Like, they wouldn't believe that I was the guy who got the girl, who the girl found attractive, because they thought they were all the in-crowd, the big masculine.
He loves saying masculine, doesn't he? He loves saying masculine.
Dudes who had been trying to get with her. Quite honestly, you want to know the truth?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, about time we got some truth. Here we go.
I think it was because I was the guy in the class who didn't try to get with her that she found attractive. Someone who was hard to get, right?
Hard to get. Oh, God. So if you play, he was the one that was hard to get, sitting in the corner while everyone else in the class is talking about his episode. He's sitting in the corner just taking notes on this story. Right.
And I actually remember I got her number. Which back then, again, 8th grade, I didn't care about girlfriend back then. I was so young.
Why not? 8th grade is prime time. Oh my God, please. I was 8th grade. I was so young. That's when you are on the prowl. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're going to do, but you know you want it. All right? Like I don't know how stuff works, but I want it. I don't know why, but I want to do it. Phil said he's too young.
All right? I got her freaking number.
Okay.
And I actually called her once or twice during the summer. Nothing came of it, though. Nothing ever came of it, unfortunately. And, I remember I called her a few times. We never really got together, got to do anything that summer. I never saw her again anyway because, I never saw her because I was going to a different high school or whatever than she was.
Yeah, good point, Sean. How he described the girl, big tits, you can tell she's gonna be hot, dude. I mean, seriously. But I didn't even care about that. I was too young. Okay.
And then later on, a few years later, I saw her walking through the mall, and she had a couple kids, and I was like, oh boy, well, at that point, I was like, early 20s. I was like, I don't want to have kids now, so I'm glad maybe, whatever. But
I saw her at the mall, and she had a couple of kids. Oh boy. Oh boy. So when she, like, her family situation is affected by your family situation, like. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. He's saying that he's vindicated by not, good thing I didn't get with her, right, guys? She got 2 kids. Like, there's no chance her partner and that her family plan wanted them to have kids at that time, It's like, oh, that's not true. They obviously didn't want kids. They fucked up there, right? Right.
I just thought it was funny that out of all the people in this, the one guy who doesn't try, the one guy who literally is like the guy who focuses on his grades, and I was kind of I don't want to say the goody two shoes, but I was the guy who never got into trouble or anything.
The goody. So
thank you all very much for the engagement today. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Here we go. Hold on to your butts. Yeah.
That wasn't a very good one. It kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you for being honest. Yeah, we definitely need it's funny counter, because he says that more than the bottom line now, almost, with how far we're going back. But again, so he was not the goody two shoes, but yet I was the goody two shoes, and I cared about my schoolwork. I also noticed everyone that had big boobs and who was going to be hot later, but I did not care about that stuff. Right, okay.
I wasn't part of the cool class, the cool kids, the clique, who all were friends.
He very much is stuck on this, like, masculine. Look at this pose he makes when he's like calling them to be stupid, kind of like, these guys are dumb. But like he does
or anything.
Look,
I wasn't part of the cool.
See, like he definitely has a hang up on that masculine, strong. You know what I mean? Like he's clearly thinking like anyone that's masculine is something is wrong with that. They're so masculine almost. You know? Oh, they're so masculine. Oh, I don't want to be that. I mean, come on, must be something wrong with them, right? But it really is, you know, about not having self-confidence yourself and insecurity, you know? Like, oh yeah, these guys, who would want to do that, you know?
Class, the cool kids, the clique, who all were friends and all tried to ask out the
the clique, you know, the people that had friends, those fucking assholes.
hot girls and stuff, and I was the one who got the attention. Don't worry, that doesn't happen any other time in life, but at that point, that was pretty funny to me, so.
So it happened one time throughout the entire school career. Yeah, definitely not an outlier joke dare at all, right? You'd think this the non-masculine, not aggressive style would get you more than just one time, right? If it's such a positive strategy, you know? All right. Okay. So that's our first mention. This is there's a lot of good stuff in this Hate Live, by the way. And if we have time at the end, we'll definitely going to get into that because this Hate Live is a fucking gold mine. All right. So that's the first mention. We are not done though. This is from 2014 again, just a little bit later in 2014. This is a video by Doomer Ziggy. Amazing video here as well. So much gold in here. I have so many plunge topics to get through. But today, obviously, we're focusing on the Hot Latina. So let's see how this Hot Latina comes into this story.
Okay, this is another good one. There was a girl. She was a Latina girl. She was a little younger than me, I believe at the time. So we're talking later on in years when I was basically definitely the assistant manager. The store would always be left in my.
This is, by the way, is not the same Hot Latina. This is a different Hot Latina. the Hot Latina, Vanessa, that's the only mention of her from that time. We get a few future mentions, of course, I'm going to show. But this is a different Hot Latina that it's worth mentioning. Another one. A second unrelated Hot Latina.
Care, and I would have like one or two employees under me who would be kind of running the store at the time.
This is a story, by the way, we're going to hit on again on Thursday. We're going to do a plunge with Brand Dude on Thursday about all the employment history of DSP, and it might need to be a two-parter because there's so much to it, but that'll be Thursday. Starting a little earlier than today for sure because we need a lot of time. But here we go. This is back at the smoothie job inside the mall. That he started when he was 15 years old, and I believe he worked there for 3 or 4 years. But here we go. Here's the story about the Hot Latina here. Different Hot Latina now.
And I would have like one or two employees under me who would be kind of running the store at the time. So I think that at the time
we need a Photoshop the cat, sir. There was a second Latina. This is the less commonly known Latina, Hot Latina. Excuse me.
I'd have been like 18, 19, and she was maybe like 16, 17. All right, this Latina girl. She was chubby. Not gonna lie, she was chubby, but she had a very,
she was chubby. Okay, guys, she was chubby. She was chubby. Just so you know, she was chubby. Not gonna lie. Like, why do you have to say not gonna lie? You know.
All right, this Latina girl, she was chubby. Not gonna lie, she was chubby, but she had a very pretty face and incredibly pretty eyes. All right, and she had a great personality too. She was fun. She would joke around about stuff. Now, keep it in mind, I was white, and she was.
I was white. Keep in mind I was white. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting us know that. That's very important for the story. I keep in mind I was white. You could say that to any story on Earth then, right? All right, guys, this weekend, last weekend I went to the pumpkin patch to get some pumpkins. Keep in mind I'm white, by the way. You know, just keep in mind I'm white. So then I went to McDonald's after that. But keep in mind I'm white, okay? Keep in mind I'm white.
She was fun. She would joke.
Yeah. Oh, it's Cracker Jack. Yeah. Oh, I got Chinese food yesterday. Keep in mind, I'm white. Okay, so I'm white.
Around about stuff. Now, keep it in mind, I was white, and she was.
I was white. I didn't see the was. Keep in mind, I was white at this point. I was white at this point, so it's a different ball game. You know, it's a totally different world, guys.
You know, a Latina girl, and I grew up in an area that was a unique combination of kind of like staunchy upper class, middle class white people.
Staunchy? I do not think that's the right word, sir. But let me check it. Maybe I'm dented on this one. Staunchy. Staunchy? Maybe my spelling's off. Staunchly. Staunch. Maybe he means staunch. No, I thought staunchly is like you staunchly defend somebody. But okay, he's staunchy. The staunch. Keep in mind, yeah, by the way, I'm searching this. I am white, or I was white when I started the search. But I thought staunch means you don't change your opinion. But anyways, I know this is not worth it. But the staunchly, your face when the model alpha male comes towards you.
Of kind of like staunchy upper class, middle class white people. Would you stop? She's coming in the door again.
Leanna alert. Leanna Simps. Get ready. She's there.
White people. Would you stop? She's coming in the door again.
Oh, she might want to see this. Let's get her in here. Come on. She wants to be here, so I'm gonna get her in here. Let's go. Oh, did I do Leanna? I spelled it wrong. Panda Vision in the house now. She needs to be here for this. All right, let's go.
More upper to middle class white people. I was in the probably mid to lower class white people, and then
I was in the middle to lower class white people. Okay.
There was kind of like, I'll be honest, the more urban people,
The more urban people. Watch out for those urbans. How would you describe that gentleman? Oh, he's urban. Keep in mind, I was white.
Lower class white people, and then there was kind of like, I'll be honest, the more urban people.
Oh, cool.
People who were not of that class, and they kind of intertwined in this unique area of Connecticut. And so
they intertwined. There was some urban and non-urban.
So she was kind of that class, and you could tell she went to like the public high school. I was going to a private high school.
Oh, yeah, let's get it straight. What does urban mean, right? Urban means...
By the way, we now have over 110 likes on the stream.
Like, urban means a city or town, right? Something of a city or a town, right? Relating to towns and cities. So, that would, if you go by the dictionary definition, these people were living in cities and towns, I guess, right? But in this case, there was urban people. Okay, urban people. And yes, is it lower middle class white? Could be. I mean, in terms of Phil's definition, he was not in the top staunchy class. He was in the middle to low. Could they be considered urban? I don't know. This is a very tough distinction to make. It's not up to me to make that. But keep in mind, I'm white.
She was kind of that class, and you could tell she went to like the public high school. I was going to a private high school. You know what I mean?
Middle to low class going to a private high school. You know what I mean? Right.
So it's kind of like other sides of the tracks. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Other sides
of the tracks. It's Romeo and Juliet, dude. This sounds perfect. This sounds like a perfect setup. Romeo and Juliet. West Side Story. This is a very romantic start. Let's see what's going on. Other side of the tracks. Yeah, so Phil was in the staunchy white, but he doesn't want to say he was in the staunchy white. He went to a private high school. That costs money.
Sides of the tracks kind of a deal.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, I didn't like her at all, like personality-wise, even physically, like
we just heard how cool she was, but I didn't like her at all personality-wise. Okay. Is that just because... what? What?
I didn't like her at all, like personality-wise, even physically, like I said.
We heard she was cool, she was down to earth, but nope, don't like her personality, though. Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with you? Or physically.
She was chubby, so for me, I wouldn't be like I wasn't really attracted to chubby girls at the time. But
at the time? Yeah, Leanna is listening. Thank you, Stormy, for pointing that out. Leanna is listening, which is worth pointing out. He can't... He kind of changed his tune when Leanna chimed in, right? Oh, Leanna's listening? You know what? I wasn't really attracted to her, so...
But for whatever reason, after working there for like 6 months, she, for some reason, started flirting with me like crazy. And I didn't know what the hell it was. Like, I don't think I ever put it out there that I...
To flirt, you have to put it out. By the way, I like you, and I will now flirt with you. Is that how it works? Excuse me, I am attracted, so I will now flirt.
I was, like, interested or anything. Thanks for the membership.
Big ups, Utterly Insane. Good luck on your pool.
But she would start grabbing my ass, and she would, like, give me bat her eyes at me and say, "Oh, can you please
bat her eyes at me?" Okay. Oh. She was derailing. Hang on, I'll get it. Who derailed us?
in there for like 6 months, was like interested or anything, eyes at me and say, "Oh, can you do that instead of me?" Trying to like flirt constantly.
Can you do that instead of me? So it sounds like she was trying to get out of work. Right? Hey, I don't want to take out the trash. Could you please do that for me? That's what it sounds like to me. But and who bats their eyes in the real world? Right.
And it was just like, I didn't know what it was. I don't know if girls found me attractive at the time. I don't know. Who knows back then? Hormones are flying around or whatever. So
hormones are still flying around. Phil's 18 at this point. So, they're not it's not a flood like it was when he was at the middle school dance with the first hot Latina. But hormones are flying now at this point. All right. For me at 18, they were kind of, it wasn't as manic as that was in the 12, 13 age. You know what I'm saying? But maybe for Phil, was a late bloomer.
So I remember this one night after 6 months of her work, and I didn't mind, by the way. I was flattered that a girl likes me or whatever. After about 6 months of this going on, I remember this one night she finally kind of like cornered me and grabbed my ass like she wanted to make out with me or something. And I was like, "Listen, I understand you, whatever. You're a cute girl."
What do you understand, sir?
With me or something. And I was like, "Listen, I understand you, whatever. You're a cute girl or whatever, but this is my job, and this I have to take seriously. I can't have a hookup here at the job, and the next thing you know, I lose my job and I have no income, and good luck getting another job at the mall when they found out you hooked up with a girl at the store next door." You know what I mean?
Right. Hormones raging can turn down someone. At that age especially, his hormones are raging, as he says, but he can turn down a makeout in the back room. Right.
So I think she was a little pissed off. And I remember the next day that I worked, it wasn't it was probably later on in the week I worked again next, okay?
Hold on, let me get the next lie ready. Where do I go from here?
Probably like the very next time. I'm working or whatever, and as soon as I came in, the owner of the store, he says, "Phil, I want to talk to you later about something private. Don't worry about it now. We'll talk about it later." Okay. So finally, it's later on in the night, and he had purposely scheduled so that only me and him would be working together. Okay. And finally,
whatever. This is a word. I feel like this is based on less truth than the first Hot Latina story. Like now we're just digging. Oh yeah, he purposely scheduled it so just me and him. Okay, why are you just making this up? Yeah, that's funny. The manager's done him trying to make out with him next. Here we go.
But it's slow. He pulls me aside, and he goes, "Phil,
Phil, you know what? I also want to make out with you. You're very masculine. You come off as a very alpha male."
I mean, I almost undoubtedly 100% know exactly what's going on here. But I need to get it from your mouth because I trust you, and I want to know exactly what's going on here, and I know you'll give it to me straight. You're not the kind of kid who's going to lie or whatever.
I know you're not the kind of kid that's going to lie. It's just, how do you remember all this stuff, by the way? It's okay not to remember details of stories, but then you don't have to get into detail. But he has to go into detail for every fucking story that there's no way you can remember all this. Zero chance.
Are you doing anything with this girl, basically? And I looked at him, and I was like, "No, I didn't do anything with this girl. Why on earth would you ask me that?"
Because you answer it like that. If you answer like that, I'd be like, "All right, so you're definitely doing something." If you talk like that, no. It sounds like he just got asked about down from the rafters. What? This girl? Who? I don't even know who that is. Who? Her? What? I don't even know. That's what it looks like. That's how he sounds.
Do anything with this girl? Why on earth would you ask me that? And he says, "Well, basically, the girl pulled me aside the other day when you weren't working, and she was very upset, saying that that you two had been flirting for months, and that she didn't like. Apparently, she doesn't like it, and she wants it. She thinks that you like her seriously, and she doesn't know how to approach it. Because
no, Tina, that was not slow mo. That was Phil slow mo, auto slow mo himself. He slow mo'd himself on that line.
Because she doesn't want to interfere with between work and personal life, and she thinks that maybe that you two could go out together, but she doesn't want to know. She wants to know if that would interfere with the work and personal relationship. I was like, whoa, whoa,
am I slower?
Whoa. I don't know what kind of shit was going through her head, right? But there's a difference between a little bit of workplace flirtatiousness and, versus her thinking that, like, I'm in love with her and we're going to go out and all this shit. And I'll be honest with you, boss.
Okay. First of all, this is just so unbelievable. It's not even worth talking about. But, like, why would you do that if you're her? Are you trying to get Phil fired? Is that what he's trying? That's what the storyline is going to? She was trying to get him fired? Let's see.
She approached me like she was going to do something the other night, and I basically told her, no, we should not do this. This is not a good idea. And it was pretty ridiculous. And he was like, all right, now that I've got it, that's what I thought. Basically, that's
what I thought. Okay.
What I thought. I thought that probably she was getting the wrong idea. She was flirting with you, and you were just kind of going along with it rather than trying to
come on, man.
Insult her. And that's basically what's pretty much what I figured, because I wouldn't imagine you, Phil, that would be the kind of girl that you'd be attracted to and would be trying to go out with anyway.
Oh my God! No! You cannot. That manager knew that girl was under Phil's level. That is unbelievable. And maybe is that because what? She's urban style? What else is there to this? This is the biggest lie of all time. Does your boss, whatever work, say she's I can't believe it. I did not believe her anyway because she's under you. Who's saying this? 16-year-old girl, by the way. Thank you, Cracker Jack. Phil's 18. How old is this manager? This is manager VJ, I'm hoping, and we're going to learn about him on Thursday. But
I thought that was like, all right, and
we got to hear this again. But keep in mind that I'm white, and also Phil's white at this time. You need to know that. Here we go. Let's listen to this extremely true story.
Should not do this. This is not a good idea. And it was pretty ridiculous. And he was like, all right, now that I've got it, that's what I thought. Basically, that's what I thought. I thought that probably she was getting the wrong idea. She was flirting with you, and you were just kind of going along with it rather than trying to insult her. And that's basically what's pretty much what I figured, because I wouldn't imagine you, Phil, that would be the kind of girl that you'd be attracted to and would be trying to go out with anyway.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to get it from you before anything. So
that is unbelievable. That is so if you believe that story, there is something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no human on earth of normal intelligence would say, like, just believe that story. Like, if your friend told you that story, be like, shut the fuck up, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it would be. And that's what happens when you don't have friends and you can just say these stories to nobody. And then no one can say, like, dude, what are you saying? You know? It's like, what? Like, if your friend said it, you'd be like, what? Shut the fuck up. It's not even a talk. You'd be like, all right, well, we don't believe your story. So, get the fuck out of here.
If I remember correctly, I think she did work there for ended up like another year or so, but basically he ended up scheduling us apart so that there was no misunderstanding, and eventually she quit the job because, if you can believe it, she ended up going out with a real scumbag guy who basically was, if I remember correctly, I believe, and I'm not even kidding you, like, I believe that he was in his 30s and she was like 17 years old.
Okay,
and
of course, another one that gets away from Phil's grasp. There's something bad about him, Oh, she got with 30 years old or something. Like, totally dodged another bullet there, guys.
And he basically, apparently, was beating her and doing all kinds of shit, making threats, saying at one point that he was going to fuck people up. And basically, he was a criminal. And he was...
So he beat her, but then threatened other people. Okay. Very... Very true story here.
Making threats, saying at one point that he was going to fuck people up, and basically he was a criminal.
Okay,
and he was an asshole, and that was...
He's basically a criminal. Okay, got it.
Who she ended up with. again, I don't know. It was a real weird situation. It was, for me, it was like, whoa. Like, I don't want to, I was not trying to give off that impression. For me, it was a very weird time for me because I was like, I hope I didn't give off that impression that I wanted to.
That I could ever like someone that was chubby, but was actually really cool, by the way, as well. Don't forget that fucking part. He said that. Little chubby, pretty face, pretty eyes, beautiful eyes, he said, right? And great personality. But oh, God, do not think I could like that. Are you crazy, guys? Come on, gamers. You know what I'm saying? I'm Darkside Phil.
To go out with her or do anything with her. I even literally told her, no, we can't do anything here at work. That's not right. And she seemed to get this crazy other impression. And then she ended up being with, honestly, a scumbag, criminal kind of guy. And I felt bad, but...
Criminal kind of guy.
That's what happens in life a lot of the time, I guess, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, let me think if I got one more story for you. Oh,
I should not... I should not listen, but I got to hear the start of the next story. This is not to do with Hot Latina, but we got to hear it.
I guess, right?
Okay.
Quick all right, let me think if I got one more story for you. Oh, I do have one more good story for you.
Oh, come on, man. You can't do this. Let's think of another story. I got one! It's like a comedy character. Like Michael Scott. All right, guys, you want to hear a funny story? Oh, yeah, I got one. I got the perfect story. Like, instantly.
All right, let me think if I got one more story for you. Oh, I do have one more good story for you, because this is going to teach you guys something. This is going to teach you guys.
What's going to teach us? I can't wait to learn.
Basically,
let me keep thinking about what I'm going to tell you. Hold on.
In life, you got to be careful who you trust, okay? And this is a life lesson for a lot of people. Okay. There was a kid who was much taller than me.
Was he
actually looked older than me too, although I found out later that he was actually a year or two younger than me, which surprised me.
Was he masculine? And was he alpha male?
He was the nicest guy. He was...
Was he chubby or not?
Real, like, he was friendly. He was joke.
How about his eyes?
He would talk, he'd talk about girls, talk about TV, talk about music, all kinds of stuff. He had a lot.
Let me get this straight. Hang on. This guy sounds like a real weirdo. He would talk about girls, talk about TV, and talk about music. This dude's nuts. This sounds like a maniac. I mean, I hope they lock this guy up. I mean, he's crazy, dude.
Joke. He would talk, he'd talk about girls, talk about TV, talk about music, all kinds of stuff. We had a lot.
Basically, we had nothing to talk about. Basically, we had nothing to talk about.
Stuff in common, even though, again, it was kind of like different sides of the tracks. I was more of the, non-urban, very, almost, I would say, nerdy white side of the tracks versus the more...
Now he's nerdy, okay? Phil admitting he's nerdy white side of the tracks. And now what is this gentleman?
Urban youth, other side of the tracks.
Urban youth? Urban youth? He's urban youth. Urban youth. He's urban youth. Phil was the nerdy, non-urban youth.
So, almost, I would say, nerdy white side of the tracks versus the more urban youth other side of the tracks. And he was from the other side. But we really got along. And it was to the point where, like, at one point, maybe we wanted to hang out and do stuff. I don't think we ever did. But we really got
Never hung out. Where are they hanging out? Was this the same guy from work, I guess?
along well at work and whatever. I remember this one day, because I was white, and he was... All right.
He said it again. He said it again. I was white has been said twice. I could have a I was white counter. It would not be 1. It would be 2. I was white counter. All right, so it's our second I was white counter. It goes to 2.
Along well at work and whatever. I remember this one day, because I was white, and he was, he was African-American. And...
All right, I'll let you guys know. Didn't want to say this. He's African-American. Dude, this guy is hung up on race, man. Hung up on race. It's amazing. All right, I don't want to say this, but he's African-American. You have to know this. Let's hear why we have to know this guy was African-American. Let's hear why we have to know he was African-American. He doesn't even say black. Yeah, he's African-American. Let me be politically correct. He's African-American.
I remember this one day, because I was white, and he was, he was African-American, and... He was like shooting from across the store. He had like paper towels as we were cleaning, and he was shooting across the store like basketball to try to get the...
Naturally, he was good at this, he was African-American. Where we go with this?
In the garbage can, and he was cleaning, and he would shoot it across the store. Oh, I got 125 likes on this stream.
Big ups.
I made a basket, shoot it, he would miss. I was saying, and then I remember like he missed like 3 in a row. I was like, dude, you're horrible at this. I'm better than you at this, and I don't play basketball.
I'm Xing to doubt that's what you said, sir. I'm better than you at this, and I don't play basketball. I'm sure that's what you said, isn't it? Here's the following 3 options of what he said. I'm better than you at this, and I'm from the other side of the tracks. That's option 1. Option 2 is I'm better than you at this, and I don't play basketball. And option 3 is I'm better than you at this, and I'm white. Which one do you think is more believable? Because I could guarantee it wasn't the second option.
3 in a row. I was like, dude, you're horrible at this. I'm better than you at this, and I don't play basketball. And he goes,
right.
You think that you're gonna make that basket from across the store, and I can't? He goes,
What was this? What was this accent? Almost went Grug style for a second.
Better than you at this, and I don't play basketball.
Okay.
And he goes, you think that you're gonna make that basket from across the store?
Yeah, I think too soon. He was going Jamaican there. It was almost a DJ style situation, but then he backed out of it. It was DJ coming in hot here.
You think that you're gonna make that basket from across the store, and I can't? He goes, I will bet you $20 right now that you will
Yeah, he blacked out of it. I did say that, didn't I? Blacked out of it.
not make a basket in one try. You have one try to do it. I said, okay, I'll you know what? Back then
What are the chances that Phil misses this shot? I'm guessing it's 0 because we're just getting fed a complete lie, but let's see what happens here.
I was very, cocky. I of course I'll do it, right?
See, there it is again. There it is again. That pose. That pose of yes, I am manly. Hear me roar. Look at that. Yeah, this is the Office episode where they play basketball. So I was shooting a few hoops, nothing but that. That's what Phil's gonna say. So I shoot it, nothing but net, obviously.
So I'll do it, right? Cleaned up, got wet, balled it up.
Reminder, I'm white. I was white at this point.
Went right the fuck in, swoosh, nothing but
I told you he said it. He says nothing but net.
Cleaned up, got wet, balled it up. Went right the fuck in, swoosh, nothing but net. And he was like,
nothing but net. In his mind, there was no way he was telling that story without saying nothing but net. He has to say nothing but net. He just has to. That's how much he is Michael Scott, living Michael Scott right here. Nothing, shooting it, I'm crumpling it up, nothing but net. And oh, Crash Override has an update. Thanks so much, Crash Override. Let me get my window here. I'll refresh it here, and I'll share it with you if I see it. Are you sure? I refreshed it. It still says updated 3 days ago. No update. Last active yesterday. If anyone has any information, Discord, DM me on Discord. I'll definitely show it. But for me, it says last active yesterday. But nothing but net. I gotta hear it again. Last time, I promise. Nothing but net,
think that you're gonna make that basket from across.
Well, first we gotta hear DJ tell him, hey man, there's no way you're gonna make this shot. You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, man.
The store, and I can't. He goes, I will bet you $20 right now that you will not make a basket in one try. You have one try to do it. I said, okay, I'll you know what? Back then I was very, cocky. I of course I'll do it, right? Cleaned up, got wet, balled it up. Went right the fuck in, swoosh, nothing but net. And he was like, his jaw, you should see his jaw, like,
God. That's a screen cap for you. King Jack, get that one. I'll send it to him now. You'll see if he doesn't use it, yell at him. He has to use it. Nothing but net, and that's the best. a shot. I took a few shots. It was nothing but net.
Oh, he couldn't believe that I made it, right? So I ended up winning. I ended up winning the bet or whatever. And we were cool. Like I said, we were cool. I was very friendly with this guy.
I'll give you the link I'll send the link right now.
And all of a sudden, I'm trying to remember the circumstances around it. Mm-hmm. And now I do remember. So the thing...
Now we remember? It's a little too late for that, brother.
Remember the circumstances around it. And now I do remember.
Okay,
so the thing
now we remember
there was a camera in the store. There was actually a camera in the store that would record the register. And
oh, shit, hold on. People were saying in chat, Phil's off all week. Is that confirmed from his Twitter? Hold on. That's big news. That can't... The plunge can wait if that's true. Hold on, let me bring up my research Twitter, and I'll show it to you guys as well, because we might as well figure this out together. So let's see. I'm sure he put it on his thing, so let's go. I'm not blocked here. My research style. Okay, 3 minutes ago, we got an update. 3 minutes ago, it says, still incredibly sick. By the way, I'm white. At this rate, it's looking like I won't be streaming at all this week unless by some miracle I get my head pressure to alleviate and my fever to stay down. Okay, well, I'll tell you right now, obviously this is all my thoughts, and obviously I don't know anything, but I'm saying that this obviously means that it's not health. It is not health related. It is not health related unless he does have, he did go to the doc. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to back out on that. I don't think it's health related then. It's not health related. Even if it's corona, it's COVID. What does he have to stay at home for a week for? He works from home, right? And you don't know how bad it's going to be before you get there. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if I have, let's say I got it today, and I'm feeling sick, and I'm like, all right, guys, I got to cancel the stream on to tomorrow. You literally might feel better the next day. You know? So, like, you don't know you can't stream a week. You don't know that yet. And if it was a real thing, too, he would be saying it, right? If it was corona, that's so easy. That's so easy to say, right? I got corona, guys, and people would feel pity. So, I obviously don't know what it is, but I tell you right now, this is not, it's not health related in my mind. It can't be. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, Stephen Colbert had COVID 2 weeks ago, did a show from his house. When I got corona, whatever it was, 2 years ago or a year ago, it was like you felt bad for 2 days. I mean, everyone's different. I know. Everyone's different. But you feel bad for a few days, and I was all right. And I could have, you know. This is the thing, though. This obviously, this obviously means things could be in motion in terms of team divorce. It could be. That's one of the options. There's 1,000 options, but I'm just saying one of them could absolutely be got to move somebody out. But anyways, we're gonna move together positively. Now let the predictions, run ablaze. But something's going on. I don't think it's health. You would not say the terms looking like I won't stream at all this week if that was the case. You'd always be milking it like, all right, hopefully I can be there tomorrow, guys. Hopefully I can be there tomorrow, guys, to build the hype. I mean, I'd think, but unless, I don't know. That's true. Jasper Kitty with a good point. That could mean the rest of the week could be his week ends on Wednesday or Thursday's his day off. So he just means today and tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get back to the fun. We're in the middle of this, a legendary story of the basketball style person that he beat in basketball. He was white. And remember, the only reason so far, what's the reason he told us he was African American? Because they were playing basketball. That's the only reason he said this, by the way.
Different things, okay? And basically, it came to light at some point that the store was losing money. Like, it was making, in the register would say it made us this much money, but the money at the end of the night that was banking out was always short. And it was never...
Uh-oh, we're going to hear how he stole something? How this urban-style gentleman stole something now?
For a big amount. It would be like $5 here.
Okay.
$7 here, $10 here. But over time...
Yeah, in any case, he is losing money. So, and he knows that. He'll tell you about it when he gets back no matter what. But he is legitimately losing money here. And that's the only reason he's doing that if there's something big fucking wrong. And if it was a sickness, he would share it. That's just my take on it.
If you add it up, we're talking hundreds of dollars was apparently going missing from this store. And my boss had me, whenever I worked, because I was kind of the assistant manager, I was the one who took care of all the money. I was the one who would clean up and you know, cash it out, put it away where it belonged, okay?
I just want to hear where the story's going, then we'll move on to more Hot Latina, I promise. But we're on this track now. We're on a path. We cannot lose this path.
And he knew that when I cashed out, it was always right. So
how I love it. Phil cannot make any mistakes in his life. The manager knew whenever I cashed out, it was right. Whenever I shoot baskets,
guy's a bitch.
Net. Whenever I shoot baskets, nothing but net. Whenever I hit on girls, I get the girl. It's amazing. I never do. I can't miss.
So he was suspect, like what is going on. Eventually he found out. He actually started reviewing the tapes, and he saw this kid was like almost like a grifter, like sliding.
Grifter. Uh-oh. Would you know anything about those?
Hand shit. Like he would put the money in to make it look like it was going in, and then as he took his hand out, zoop, a bill would be stuck to his hand.
Shout outs to Zoop. That's back.
Zoop. I would strongly urge you, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. He started reviewing the tapes in detail, and he saw this over a period of time. This kid had done it probably about 25 times in a 6-month period.
Whoa.
And eventually he had to fire him. And it's like, wow, like, here, this is a kid who, again, I was totally cool with him. He was totally cool with me. He never did I ever suspect that he would do shit like that.
Why did you tell us he was African-American? I'm still wondering about that. I'm just wondering why that was part of the story. You had to say, okay, he's African-American. Like, if you just say whatever, like, yeah, this black guy was there, and I was working with him, that's totally fine. He made a point to say, well, he's African-American. Like, why say that?
He did. He got proven, and he got fired, and he got basically blacklisted, and no one in the mall would ever hire him again, because once you get branded as a thief, you're branded as a thief.
What is this?
Now, my boss was nice about it. My boss...
What is this? You get branded as a thief in that fucking mall? Shame. Shame. Shame.
Actually, I am not going to press charges or anything, because it's only a couple $100, but... You know, I can't believe it. And we had a meeting where he explained it to everyone that he found this out after reviewing the tapes over a series of months.
Blacklisted, urban listed.
And it's like, you never know, man. You never know.
You're done. You never know. We heard that was a trek. That was a fucking trek. Great stories there. We'll definitely go through more of those stories here. Now we're back on the Hot Latina train, of course. Let's hear about some mentions of the Hot Latina. Unfortunately, there's not so many, but we'll get to them as they come.
Was your high school girlfriend a hot Latina? No, absolutely not.
Was your high school girlfriend a hot Latina? Absolutely not. So obviously this is a troll message trying to get talk about the hot Latina, but he does not bite. I don't think.
Now batting, the catcher, Francisco Mateo.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
Anything you want to say, Phil? Anything else? Follow-ups? What are you doing to the base run? Jesus Christ! Look at this base running.
Let's go, big fella.
This is the two-step he was talking about at the dance earlier. This is it. Hit him with the kaboom! Kaboom! You seeing this, Vanessa? You seeing this, Vanessa? Watch these moves. And by the way, I'm white.
Still safe.
All right, we're done with that. Next. Now, this is a key one, okay? So this is someone directly asks about the Hot Latina. All right, let's see how this gets responded to, all right? This is not that long ago now. We're already in May 27th, 2022. Here we go. And shout outs to Catherine Burnell wants to see this because this is her favorite game. Good shout there. Let's let her see this. She needs to.
Wile E. Coyote, please don't ask me stupid questions like that. What a dumb thing.
You got that right. Don't ask me stupid questions, Wile E. Coyote. You got that right.
Wile E. Coyote, please don't ask me stupid questions like that. What a dumb thing.
What a dumb
Someone
thing.
says there's an Ask the King where you say you stole a girl from an attractive black kid who could have been a model.
All right, we heard that whole story. That is absolutely the truth. He said that. We watched it together. This is the exact story he tells, okay? The stole the black is a little bit ambiguous, but they did mention that there was no stolen aspect to it. Remember, they kind of broke up before that, but there was a black gentleman that was a model, okay? So let's keep this in mind.
What? No? That's completely false. I've never told that story. That is not true. That never happened. I don't know.
I've never told that story. That is not true.
I think you heard someone else's story and thought it was mine because I have never said that.
I've never said that ever. Ever. Okay? So we heard that is legitimately what he said.
Here's a journal I want to read. Runel's journal. Okay. It has been a long time since I've written.
Okay, so that person that just asked that disgusting, nasty question that we just heard about the story that Phil definitely didn't say, right, guys? Let's go forward 10 minutes when they get untimed out. Okay, let's go back 10 minutes pass. We're moving forward 10 minutes. That person's got timed out by one of the mods for that crazy question. Remember, they got timed out. They did get timed out for that. So 10 minutes pass. Let's see what happens now, right? Let's see what happens now that, this person comes back. What do they say? I'm not sure exactly.
Lost Mere Crypt. Let's check it out.
Yeah, great gameplay here.
Simple Bubble, you're back. I think you got timed out.
Simple Bubble is the person in question that asked the first question. Here we go. And Phil's side tells you all you need to know about how happy he is that Simple Bubble is back.
Timed out for talking about that kind of stuff on the stream, which obviously is a little derailing. I think a moderator timed you out for it. Let's try not to talk about that kind of stuff. All right?
Sorry he's really quiet, but he does say let's try not to talk about that stuff. Okay, let's try not to talk about that stuff now. Is how the story has changed? Not done yet.
I think a moderator timed you out for it. Let's try not to talk about that kind of stuff. All right?
Not done.
And by the way, I still don't remember the story you're talking about.
Here we go.
Very well, I could be misremembering it, or it's just a random story I told one day, or maybe I made it up. Who knows?
There we go. There we go.
Misremembering it, or it's just a random story I told one day, or maybe I made it up. Who knows? Who fucking knows?
Maybe I made it up. Now, I think, in my mind, that's one of the only times he admits to just making stories up. From him just saying there's no retconning happening, he just said, I made it up. I might have made it up. I don't think he's ever done that before. I've never said that in my memory of him just outright saying, yes, I made it up. And we all know he makes it up, but he does tell you that he doesn't do, that he doesn't. But yeah, so what happened here was that person said the question, Phil times him out, and I'm sure people in chat are saying, you actually did that, dude. You did do that. You did do that. And then what can he say at that point, right? He can't mention anything about it because he's married at this point, right, guys? Can't talk about that. So he goes with the easy way out of saying, I guess I made it up. That's crazy, man.
No, I know you weren't trying to troll.
Yeah.
I know you weren't.
You know they weren't trying to troll. Okay, now he knows they weren't trying to troll. Didn't seem like that earlier, right? But now he knows they're not trying to troll. I think he tried to get out of it as quick as possible, saying, don't ask about that. And then when chat kind of reminded him that, hey, you really did say that, then he has to, what's his answer then? He says, well, I guess I made it up. And that's how he got out of it. Anything else to this story?
Jasper's doing good. He has not been gone a while. He was just on stream last week. I brought him onto the streams. You missed him.
Your cat was on stream last week when you stream 6 days a week.
Missed him. He was around.
You missed him last week. He was here last month. Didn't you see Jasper? He was here last month. Okay, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Green Lobster. It's kind of shocking. Like that is honesty, which is when it's so rare to see it.
And I brought him in for a little bit so everyone could see it.
Great. Okay, but that will do it with the Hot Latina tale. I know it's short, but don't worry, I got a lot more things to watch today. But in terms of the Hot Latina tale, And the two hot Latinas. That is the hot Latina's tale. So we'll get to the iceberg at the end because I want to keep the train rolling. So you do have to think about where we're going to put that on the big iceberg here. I think it's pretty high because it is someone that everyone knows, but we got a lot more to go through. Do not worry, because Phil, as you might guess, talks about Latinas a lot because he does like Latinas. So we're going to come back to that later. But let's get to our next clip here. This story here, this clip, let me get it in here, is from the farms. And it is, I'm going to show it here. This is someone that claims to be from high school, Fairfield High School, which is where Phil went to college. So I just wanted to read it and see if you guys, what you guys think. I'll read the story to you. Not directly related to the hot Latina, but in that time zone, so it could be true. But here we go. So I joined this thread and site after finding out about this guy. Again, I went to high school with Phil back in Fairfield, and not the least surprised that with the person he is today. I'll skip some of the tedious details and get straight to the point. He was an insufferable prick who acted above everyone when in fact he had a severe lack of awareness that everyone in our geology class looked down at him as someone with Down syndrome. Actually, I'll take that back, as an actual person with the Downs would have garnered more respect and credibility than Phil. By the way, if Phil himself is on here reading this thread, I'd like to take you back to prom in the year 2000. Remember when you showed up alone and bragged about nabbing a date with a hot hooker after prom? This exceptional mongoloid thought paying a hooker escort would leave us jealous or slack-jawed. Anyways, probably not contributing much to this thread, but just wanted a bystander from his past to drop by 18 or so years later. I still haven't met a person in real life who I've detested as much as Phil. Takes a real piece of work to leave a dogshit impression like that. So obviously, we cannot confirm this gentleman's story. But you can make your own decisions on if you think it's real or not. All right, that's up to you. I'm just sharing what is on the internet. That's my job here, internet archaeology. So there we go. This is from a while ago now, many years ago now. But there you go. That was a story there. Asking what I think, I'd say it's tough to say because, like, I think personally I could make pretty good fake mails like this because I'm like, you know, I'm pretty good with the lore, you know. So could a detractor with even better lore than me make a very believable story like this? Absolutely. So it does sound absolutely true, but I also know there's many people out there that could write stories just like this that sound just as believable. You know what I mean? So who knows? It definitely is believable, but who knows? That's my final take on it. And you could choose, you could choose for it to be real or not. It's up to you. It's funny nonetheless. Okay, let's go to our next item on the docket today. I'm going to take you to a little bit of Dead Sea Scrolls action here. This is from the news groups of AOL. We're going to go back to the year 2000, okay? This is 23 years in the past now. August 24th, the year 2000. There's a gentleman called Darkside. And he's writing on the Connecticut Marvel's Capcom 2 Championships. And, is this the one I even wanted to show? No, it is not. Let me get the right one up. So these are all gold. I went through this exact same one on the show today, on the Dead Sea Scrolls before. So that's not the one I wanted to show. I wanted to show this one. And this one is from the year 1999, excuse me. We're going back 24 years. And this Philip here says, Phil, they're talking about how Street Fighter players, let's try to get better or whatever. And these people are talking back and forth to each other, like trash talk. Phil comes in and says, I have a feeling these guys know each other, unless they're the same person. Either that or they're just stupid homie scrubs. Hey, I'm pretty fly for a white guy. So, good joke, Phil, as usual. This would make Phil, by the way, let's see. So, he's born in 83. So he's 16 years old at this point. 82. So he's 17 years old at this point. Someone responds to him, did your boyfriend tell you that? Right? Did your boyfriend tell you that? And Phil responds, no, actually, that would have been my girlfriend. You know, the gorgeous blonde with the big breasts. Oh, wait, you don't know what those are, do you? I forgot, you're only 5 years old. So we know now that Phil did not have a girlfriend of any kind at this time, but he has to say on a forum Actually, that would have been my girlfriend. You know, the gorgeous blonde with the big breasts. So that's what we're dealing with here in terms of comebacks and masculinity, many things. I'll read the last paragraph here just because it's funny. What does make you a scrub is the vulgar language, offensive tone, and just plain stupidness of your posts. You have proven nothing, yet refuted everything we have said to argue against you. Go back to the hood, homeboy, because we don't want no trash-talking homies round here. Get it? Now, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions on that. But he sounds very cool. Very cool and very chill. Okay, next, we're going to get to a whole fuck ton of videos that mention Latin women in some way, okay? This is where we kind of get through all the mentions that are worth showing here, and there's a lot of them. So let's get to it right up. I got to finish in like an hour from now. So we're gonna go to the year 2010, September 18th, 2010. We're playing a game called Sports Champions Part 9, okay? Just listen and enjoy. We'll talk about it after.
You have to pick your CPU player. Should I pick the hot-ass Spanish chick? The ugly Japanese chick? Tatiana?
I love that combo. So your two choices are the hot-ass Latin chick or the ugly Asian chick, which is very on brand for Philip, who has said many times he does not like Asians.
The ugly Japanese chick.
And, you know, obviously everyone can think whatever they want in terms of what looks hot and stuff. But look at this. Look at the faces. Like, does any of them look hotter than the other? I mean, okay. All right. All right, next we're going to go to, this is from DSP Cult Leader, legendary video creator back in the day, 2011. Someone's going to ask a question about women, and let's hear how he answers this question.
Hey DSP, I remembered in an Ask the King video that you said you had a lot of girls that you liked. My questions are, when you meet that special someone in your life, will you know deep down right away, or will it take a while for you to open up and tell her how you feel about her?
Mm-hmm.
Second question, which type of girl are you into? Fun-loving, serious, snooty, and bitchy? Please don't choose the bitchy girls. Thanks, heart, DSP, and that... What? Well, I didn't write down the person's name, but the only thing I have to say to that entire question is, boy, do I hope you're a chick, because if you're a dude, that's freaking scary. Okay, next question.
That's it. No more answer to the question. So the question was, what kind of girl do you like? You know? And that was basically it. And he can't answer that, motherfuckers.
It's interesting, because I did catch part of this segment on the Howard Stern Show. Yes, I am a fan of the Howard Stern Show. I have a couple things to say.
Oh, interesting.
First of all, in general terms, Howard was trying to say was that people who are like super hardcore into video games.
Oh, I don't know what he's talking about here. So fuck that. He's talking about something Howard Stern, talking about video games. If you play video games too much, you are, you know, the opposite sex is not going to like that or something. Not important. But that was it. Someone asked a question about a woman. He has no answer. Let's hear next. We got the two legends in the house. We got John Rambo and Philip Burnell here. Let's see what they say here.
Going on and seeing all these idiots dance around in the back for no reason was pretty weird.
This is, by the way, for the completionist sake, this is from 2010 again.
There's some better with talking than that.
Really weird. I don't know. It was really just really weird.
It was fun.
So then up next it was R-Truth and Wade Barrett, but to be honest, all I could look at was Eve because she looks like a slut.
Whoa!
And
this is Phil is reading his own notes here. Here we go.
Wade Barrett, but to be honest, all I could look at was Eve because she looks like a slut.
Whoa! And she looks like a whore. I mean, slut. Whore wasn't strong.
Last time Phil had fun. We are watching the last time Phil had enjoyment in his life with Rambo by his side.
Enough. Wait a minute, not a whore. A slut.
can't help it. She comes out and it's like her boobs are fucking bouncing all over the place.
She doesn't even like the song sucks so bad. Like she's trying to dance.
Yeah, she's trying to dance, so it doesn't make it doesn't like. And like I said, I'm almost positive she used to be an actual cheerleader. For
I'm sure she can fucking dance her ass off, but the song like doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just
trying to cope with moves and
they're trying to use her like this, and it's just like, why does the Latina girl have to come out dancing to this song with a black guy? It's just so many racial problems with this stereotype at this point.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to show, is why does a Latin girl have to come out with this black guy? Why does race matter in this case? It's a wrestling fucking match. Why does a Latina have to come out with a black guy? We've had enough of that stereotype. I'm not even sure what stereotype he's talking about. Yeah, this is a callback in his mind. I've seen enough of that.
She's trying to cope with moves, and
they're trying to use her like this, and it's just like, why does the Latina girl have to come out dancing to this song with a black guy? It's just so many racial problems with this stereotype at this point.
At least she stays out.
There's so many racial problems with this stereotype at this point. What does that even mean?
They're with him now. She used to just leave.
Yeah, now she's out there. So anyway, it is a really good match.
The wrestling was really good.
A lot of back and forth, a lot of near falls. Barrett does win. Finally, he hits the wasteland at the end after actually R-Truth escaping it a couple times.
God, this is an endure right here. Watching smart guys back to back. That will make you go nuts. You cannot survive that.
At the end. So it was a pretty good. It makes Barrett look a strong, legitimate contender for the title on Sunday. So that's good.
Yep.
It makes Barrett look like a strong, legitimate contender. Okay.
So Del Rio now comes out, and as he's
okay, that's it for that. Hot Latina chick, why she's dancing with a white guy, okay? Next, I'm going to introduce you to someone. Well, Phil's going to introduce it to you. We had a little bit to talk about here, but this is a character in Saints Row the Third from 2011 here. This is a new a character we're going to see a little bit coming up here.
The game as Latina Gina, the big-tittied, nicely bootied skank. Here we go.
All right, so this is Latina Gina, and unfortunately, the character creation is gone from his playlist. I'm not sure it was ever there, to be honest, because you look at part 2, there is no character creation. Then you get to character 3, part 3, and it is there. But here's the thing: it seems like you could have done it on like a website or so. Oh, it is. If you got it, Doomer Ziggy, send it, because I will watch it right now. Because you know that'd be fucking good if you could send it my way. It's a demo. Okay, demo. So yeah, so then he created this person in his image, in the image of his he wanted, by the way. You know, let's not forget it. And this is absolutely what made Panda Lee create her character, which was, what was it again? Mandingo. Yes, and she says Mandingo many times. I will play that if you haven't seen it. For anyone that has not seen it. She does, yeah. So in response to this Latina Gina that Phil created, Panda Lee creates, I'm not sure what he called her here, but let's do this. We'll play it for all those interested out there. The beginning is kind of interesting because he explains her thinking here. This is Saints Row 4, but anyways, different game. But this, yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm saying that very bad. Let me say it very clearly. Phil made this Latina Gina. In response, Leanna did this.
So apparently, my waffle decided in all his infinite
My waffle, by the way, is what she calls Philip Burnell at this time.
Wisdom to make a female on the Saints Row 4 inauguration station. And he made a slutty She-Hulk. And I was all like, oh no, you ain't going there, motherfucker. You are not.
Slutty She-Hulk.
Not going there, Waffle. And he's all like, oh
Waffle.
yeah, I'm gonna go there. She's gonna have big boobs, and they're gonna be bouncing around all over me, all wet and disgusting. But I ain't even mad. I ain't even
not mad.
But you know what? Two can play that game, motherfucker. We're gonna make fucking Mandingo, and I'm gonna spite you, and you're gonna be jealous, and then you can grovel for my attention. Why am I accepting something that's already there? Yeah, do you like this? Does this rattle you, Phil? Hell yeah, he's gonna be buff as fuck. Hell yeah. He's gonna be as dark, he's gonna be so dark,
wow.
He's practically purple, motherfucker.
Oh, God. Leanna,
he's
please.
He's gonna be so dark, he's gonna be practically purple, motherfucker.
Please, Leanna.
God damn, I can't stop the scrolling. be that dark. He's gonna have a thong tan too. He's gonna be young as hell, and he's gonna.
Young as hell.
That is barely anything, but you know what? Does this get your rocks off? Huh? Is this stuff that you like to do, Phil? To make overly sexed out characters? I ain't even mad, motherfucker. I ain't even mad.
Come on, honey.
You know what? We're gonna give him a large scar because he's hardcore like that. Which one's a good one?
Come on, honey. Move on, honey.
What's this? Ugh, that one's gross. Yeah, let's go for a small scar.
I'm not even mad, dude.
I didn't even see where that one was.
I'm not even mad. Let's get real. I'm not even mad about this.
You know why?
Like, whatever.
He's hot. This is who I like, Phil. He's gonna have delicious, dark, sensuous, Hershey eyes. Okay.
Okay. We gotta move on. If you want to watch the whole thing, go ahead. But this goes on for like 10 minutes, dude. Let's go to the end. We have a lot more to show today.
There. How's that feel? Yeah. Look at that. Uploaded, motherfucker. Look at it. And I'm gonna run around.
Hot piece of man meat.
But look at that. Drink it in. Drink it in.
Wow.
Drink it in.
All right, so we see that. Actually, legendary Doomer Ziggy in the house, providing the playlist we need. This is more than an hour long, so we obviously are going to be picking and choosing. But here is the character creation that led to Latina Gina.
What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, just kind of dicking around today, and don't have a lot of time to do any gaming, but I heard that the initiation station for Saints Row the Third had been released on Xbox Live, and I checked it out. Now, if you don't know what this is a way for you to basically use the character creator for Saints Row the Third 2 weeks early, 2 weeks before the game is actually out, and then you can actually upload your character to the Saints Row website, and everyone can check them out, and you actually have the ability to download characters.
I'm going to fast forward to when she chooses a female-style creature.
All right, so now
female-style creature, female-style character.
we're gonna make a chick.
There we go.
So let's go ahead and switch over to a chick.
This is what we want.
We're gonna see what kind of crazy stuff we can do. Should we make her Hispanic? What will that do? Let's see. Whoa. Hey,
that Hispanic came off fast, didn't it? That Hispanic was an easy choice. He goes straight down. Give me that Hispanic.
Wow. Now we're talking. Look at those knockers vibrating as I spin her. They actually they're twitching. Wow. All right, let's see what kind of build.
Twitching knockers.
So you have a super duper skinny chick, right?
Okay. That's not the girl that was at the smoothie job then. She can't be her.
You have a fat chick.
Oh, here we're getting closer.
Whoa! You could have
I'm watching chat very closely. Very closely.
Strength. Nice combination, I think, right? I like a girl with a little bit of meat on her bones.
There you go. Shout outs.
How about that? That's pretty reasonable.
Like a girl with a little meat on her bones, you know what I'm saying?
A realistic build for a woman, you know? An actual ass and actual tits and some fat on her, not these ridiculous...
That's absolutely a model's body. Listen to him. This is a realistic body, you know what I'm saying?
No, an actual ass and actual...
Yeah, this is not a model's body in any way. Just average body.
Tits and some fat on her, not these ridiculous model stereotypes that everyone likes to live up to.
Oh yeah, this person looks so average.
What the hell? Give her that.
Right,
bra strap tan, bikini tan with a thong.
God, he spent so much time on this.
Maybe the jaw a little bit. Make her jaw a little bit skinnier.
He is working on this.
There we go. Yeah, that looks good. That made her look a lot more attractive. Just fucking with her jaw there.
There's a clip for you. That made her more attractive, messing with the jaw a little bit. Someone could have fun with that clip. Not me though. Let's go next. We're just gonna bounce around here. Come on. He spends so much time on
What about her chin as well? Should we fuck with her chin a little bit? Pull it back a little bit more, like that.
I'm sure there's funny stuff, but we're not doing that.
You're still here?
Oh!
Hey, you gonna tell on me? Ponte en tu culo.
Nice.
Fuck you. Watch where you step. Fuck What now? You
Oh, the
know-
boobs got a lot bigger, by the way.
Wax on, wax off. Oh no, that's the crane.
Give me a reason. You want a piece of me?
Are you serious? She could throw a Hadouken. Look at that.
That's right.
All right, this is boring now. Let's see the ending choice, though.
All right, let's see what we can put on her. Spiders aren't bad. The spiders actually go pretty well. Diamond studs.
He is spending so
Giant
much time on
hoops.
this, dude.
Girl's best friend. Oh, diamonds. Huh. Jersey
It's interesting
girl
though. Back at this time, he was still trying to do like legitimately like what he thinks is hot, because like he'd never do this now, be all jokey, like make himself. But he's still trying to make his image of hotness here. I'm guessing, you know, like absolutely.
I don't like it on her lip. She doesn't have the kind of lip that looks good pierced.
She doesn't have the kind of lip that looks good pierced.
Swing of purple. Okay.
That pierced up.
Wrists.
That's what I'm saying. Oh.
It sucks because now she's not wearing her top, so you can't really tell how it's gonna look. I don't know why they did that. Why'd they take the top off?
They took off her top, dude. I can't get the full picture. What the fuck is going
Bracelet.
on? Phil is oddly
Boop,
obsessed
bracelet.
with this. Like nowadays, we think it's because of the of the fact that he wants to like waste time with the character character creation. But we see, even when he was not married and still doing this stuff, he spends a lot of time, man. This is over an hour. He cares about character creation.
That's
Say
not
what
bad.
you will.
Got some accessorization. Put on her hands.
Accessorization? What was that word?
That's not bad. Got some accessorization.
Accessorization.
Put on her hands.
We got some accessorization. Yeah, that's true too. This did give a lot of money. This video right here alone, part 7 of this, got 100,000 views.
Nah, yeah, look at her hands the way
100,000.
they are. Give her fucking hobo gloves.
Oh, other side of the tracks.
Manicured nails.
Okay, we're not watching this. I kind of want to see his shoe choice because just oddly, I think it'd be interesting.
There's something low down near her ankle. That'll work.
Uh-oh.
I don't see anything like that.
Tattoos. This is so dumb.
I'll give her a happy rainbow on her ankle.
We need to see
Fucking
all
bring her
the
to death.
options.
Jesus.
What's something crazy about that?
Be honest.
All right, all that for no
Maybe her
tattoos.
hand.
Yeah.
It says on her right.
Oh my god, dude, this is insane.
She's gonna bust out with fucking guns and shit and blow shit up.
Here we
Mamacita.
Here we go, right here.
This is our mamacita.
Oh.
She got the tramp stamp. That's fucking hot. The tramp
Ooh.
stamp showing.
Ooh.
She's gonna
That's-
bust out with fucking guns and shit and blow shit up. All right, so I'm gonna upload her. All
That's hot.
right.
All right, anyways, back to it. Thanks so much for that, though. Doom and Ziggy for that. We did get the full picture there. What got Leanna so angry? But here we go. It's fucking hot. Here we go. So here's a little more from Latina Gina.
Look on this, bitches. No one shoots Latina Gina. My fucking hottie. How dare you?
My fucking hottie, how dare you? Let's get into more Latina mentions here.
One of the running things that I noticed during the game, this game wants to be Saints Row. It tries so
He's talking about Sunset Overdrive now. This is 3 years later.
hard to have just crazy things like a quadriplegic Scoutmaster, who's one of the main characters of the game, you know? It's got Latina cheerleaders that are dressed like in Day of the Dead makeup. It's got just zany, weird shit. That's the kind of stuff you would expect in Saints Row. Funny dialogue that's adult-oriented. They swear in this game. It is definitely adults only. You don't want children playing this game because of the
Adult-oriented.
adult nature of what's going on.
All right, that's it. That was the shortest one we have. That was just Latina. Here we go. So we're moving up to 2017, 3 years later. I don't think Kat has a tramp stamp. No way. Agree with that. I don't think you would do that. Let's go. 2017, Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Look at all those Mexicans. Look at those Mexicans. That's what the Japanese think Mexicans look like. Those are the Mexicans back there. Look at that.
Good. So that's what the Japanese think Mexicans look like. So to me, it looks like people watching a match. And I guess he's talking about these like dancing people that are clearly part of a some kind of festival or whatever. So these are the Mexicans. That's what the Japanese think of the Mexicans.
Look at all those Mexicans. Look at all those Mexicans. That's what the Japanese think Mexicans look like. Those are the Mexicans back there. Look at them.
I guess so these Aztec people, thank you for that. Yeah, Sean, they're the tourists here that look like, I don't know, normal dudes. That's what the Japanese think Mexicans look like, though. They're so assholes. Am I right? Look at these guys. These guys don't look real at all. Come on. All right, next.
From Gunner Man.
We're going back. This is 2015 now.
1400. Gunner Man says.
Gunner Man. Shout outs to Gunner Man.
Says the follow. Here's another thing that's hilarious. Hey, Phil.
It's hilarious, so we know it's not going to be hilarious. Let's go.
I was watching your playthrough of Make My Video Crisscross from several years ago.
That's a classic.
And judging from the videos, you don't sound that fond of their music. My question is, were there any other music artists in the 90s or 2000s that you disliked? If so, what was it that you disliked about them? Was it their voice, their songs, their personality, or was it the fact that they had no reason to be making music? Thank you.
Great question. So it's not hilarious. Let's go.
Here, basically, ladies and gents, music and my music tastes, all right? I
can't handle this. 1.3.
Fan of people who do things because they're genuine, because they have a love for it, because they have a passion.
So Phil's beef with Crisscross when he played Make That Video, he makes fun of their music the whole time while singing over it, and he sings things like, no means yes, and yes means no. If they say no, just ignore it. Get to your mission. I can't play that on YouTube because it's even blocked on YouTube. You have to watch it on like Dailymotion or something. But there is a funny, interesting video there where it's all about rape and very bad, lots of raping going on in Phil's songs in that playthrough, but he does hate the music of them and thinks they suck.
They have a message to portray. And I know it's foolish because in this day and age, 99% of the people who do things do it because it's this, right? Because it makes them money or fame or whatever it is.
Do it for this,
whatever it is that gives
right?
them their jollies, that's why they do it.
Do it for this.
Right? That's not why I do YouTube. I do YouTube because I love sharing my experiences with others. In my core, I am a gamer who wants to experience the best and worst games, so I can tell you about them, and I love having this.
Yeah, Sam says it. Don't wait for permission. Rip off your clothes and complete your mission.
Interactive experience with the people of the world that I have because I have a YouTube presence, right? I do it because I love it. I'll be honest, there were many opportunities during the course of my time on YouTube when I could have gotten advanced copies of games, where I could have taken a sponsorship deal here. I was actually, very early on, I was asked to do these huge level collaborations, and I was asked to sign on with multiple companies and get signing bonuses, and there was a lot of things that I decided I would never wanted to do because it would make me not genuine anymore, all right? And that's why
as opposed to Loot Crate, Spawn Seats, that games he's got.
And where I am, honestly, because I could have done other things, and I'm happy being where I am at the level that I am, okay?
Yep, don't care.
So now you want to talk about, I
just want you to answer the question. That's what we're waiting for here.
People who do things because they love it versus people who are in it for this, all right? Crisscross was two kids who were not musicians. They didn't play an instrument. They didn't write lyrics. They didn't even fucking sing. They said, someone wrote their shit, and they dressed up with clothes on backwards, and they danced around, and they were a gimmick. And people fell for the gimmick and bought their shit, which wasn't music. It was verbal shit. Diarrhea of the mouth was what it was.
Okay. They had catchy songs that millions of people enjoyed. It's not that deep.
And they played it, and because they buy into whatever's fucking pushed down their throat by marketing, which is what it was, a big marketing ploy, all right?
Phil never falls for those, by the way. Never. He never falls for those.
I am a big fan. And by the way, at the other side of it, all right? Don't get me wrong.
This is a guy that buys from Sky Mall. Imagine someone buying something from Sky Mall and then telling others they're stupid for falling for marketing schemes. You buy stuff from Sky Mall. You bought underwear from Sky Mall.
Get me wrong. I am not someone who's so naive to know that there are people out there who love what they're doing, and there's people who are like super into it and they suck too, all right? There are people who are they're passionate, but they're not very good. They don't have talent. I understand that too. And I'm not about little coffee house musicians who that's all I care about, a little coffee house indie person. I'm not one of these people who are a hipster and I have to talk about the musician that no one's ever heard of either. But I'm kind of that combination of talent and also
Sky Mall, for those who don't know, CAMR is a magazine in the that's on like airplanes, and you can buy stuff. But it's always like superfluous stuff. It's never like things you actually need. It's very much wants, not needs. And it's usually, some of the stuff's cool, but it's like, if you got a lot of money to waste, cool. But like, it's stuff you definitely don't need. And Phil actually bought stuff from that.
Also people who have the passion for what they're doing and they stand behind it, right? How many musicians, they come out with one album, they become popular, now they have pressure to make 5 more albums, and the next 3 albums sound like shit and don't sound anything like the first album because they don't have that passion anymore. They're doing it for this, right? And that's kind of what it is.
Everyone has passion for one album. After that, they lose the passion. That does happen. Let's not get real, but yeah, like saying everyone is like that is
you look at this.
Oh, great.
You look at this. People like these popular 150 likes attained. Thank you guys for liking the stream today. Musician, that's pop music. 90% of it isn't even music. It's someone who's given the lyrics, right? Told how to sing the song. They stand there in a studio like this, just like me, in front of a mic, just like this, with same soundproofing foam, and they go, la la.
Same pipe, same soundproofing foam. Yeah. I think there's a little better than the Amazon $10 option, brother.
La 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 la. And then
actually, no, he probably spent like $200 on that, I'm sure.
All of a sudden, it goes into a fucking computer. It gets auto-tuned. It's got fucking fake synthesizer shit and boots, big beat, boom, boom. Fake.
We're getting the hot Latina, I promise. It's just this part was worth it. I think.
Bass in the background, boom, boom, and then you listen to it, and the final song's la 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 la, and it's got a catch, and it's catchy, and it's insanely fucking repetitive. But the comment,
it's catchy. It's really catchy. Actually, I love listening to it. I'm listening to it right now. As soon as the stream's over, we're gonna listen to it. But it fucking sucks.
Consumers are so fucking stupid, they think it's music. Oh, well, I can remember the lyrics because there's only 3 words in that song. And it's the same fucking beat for the whole song. And they play it on the radio a bunch, so it must be popular, so I'm gonna go buy it now.
It's the same beat the whole song. Let me hear the prog metal that Phil's listened to with the time changes. Let me hear, come on, Phil. What prog metal are you into? Let's hear those time changes.
And then they do, and they make these fucking people bajillion.
He's listening to Dream Theater. I want to hear Phil's favorite Dream Theater song.
And it's not just a person, it's the fucking producer behind it in the studio. And I see people on TV, oh, big name producer. What the fuck is a producer? How about a musician who played the song, wrote the song?
What the fuck is a producer? What do producers do? What is their job even?
Oh, none of that exists. It's the producer and the lyricist, and all that shit comes together, and you think that it's music. It's not music.
Huh?
It's not. It's a manufactured pop product to be fed upon by the popular masses who don't fucking understand what real music is, and they'll
popular masses
care that there's no actual message. Well, I'm gonna hate. I'm not really gonna hate. I'm gonna mention someone right now that I can't fucking imagine.
Here we go. Here's the hot Latina part.
How this person ever sold a fucking record, but she was insanely popular in the United States and worldwide. Shakira.
Shakira. Right? She counts as a hot Latina. I don't want to hear any crap for this one. She counts. Let's hear Phil's hot take on Shakira, who cannot be a real musician. She fucking sucks. She's just a product. And what does a producer do? Why are they even here? Producer, what are you doing here? Let's hear his hot take on Shakira.
Right? She's the poster child, the poster example of someone who basically only was popular because it was completely manufactured, all right? Shakira was a good-looking Latina girl who was very popular outside of the United States for singing in Spanish in whatever her native language was. Great.
What could her native language be? I think it was Swahili. I'm not sure, though. Okay.
Because then maybe there's some meaning behind it. She comes to the United States.
So whoa, hold on. He's correlating singing in your same Spanish, in your same language to have meaning behind it. Is that what he said there? Hold on. Listen very carefully here.
Was very popular outside of the United States for singing in Spanish in whatever her native language was. Great, because then maybe there's some meaning behind it.
What the fuck is that take? Think about that take for a second. Punch yourself in the face and then come back to the stream. That means that hold on. It's tough to think about. You can sing meaningfully if you're in your native language. Once you sing a song in a different language, there goes the meaning. Okay, so what about all these people that sing? What about Crisscross? They sing in English. I hope that's meaningful, isn't it? They sing in English. You goddamn right. Mac Daddy's gonna make you jump. That's English to me. It's very meaningful. Both sides of the tracks. Love that song.
In whatever her native language was. Great, because then maybe there's some meaning behind it. She comes to the United States, and she sings these songs in English. The fucking lyrics don't even make sense. Like, if you listen to the lyrics of her songs...
Let's hear the lyrics of the songs. Let me hear the lyrics of the songs.
Barely speaking English. It's like broken English, and she's...
Dude, you're saying Shakira is singing in broken English. Doesn't even have... What the fuck? She's... when you sing, most of your accent goes away, by the way, too. And you can hear a little bit. Yeah, I want to hear this fucking lyric. And people love that shit, man. It makes it cool. And cute. This is incredible.
The lyrics of her songs, she's barely speaking English. It's like broken English, and she's singing it, and it's complete and utter trash. It's like the worst fucking music you've ever heard in your life.
Sir, you cannot say Hips Don't Lie. It's a masterpiece. You cannot say that. That video got me through a lot of dark nights when I was like 13 or 14. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you what. That song got me through 7th grade.
Complete and utter trash. It's like the worst fucking music you've ever heard in your life, if you listen to it. But that's the thing. They played it on the radio so much, and everyone just stared at the music video. Oh, she's hot. And she sold 5 zillion records, and it's the worst fucking level of music I've ever heard in my fucking life. It's utter shit.
So this is the case. This is what I think's happening here. He's extremely attracted to Shakira. That's exactly the kind of girl he likes, by the way. Spanish and Latina hotness. And now he has to find something bad with her. Can't get with her. So what's wrong with her, you know? Can't get her? What's wrong with her?
You could shit on a piece of paper, all right? And you could smear it around, and you could hand it to someone and say, sing this, and they could sing it as better than anything that she ever put out in the United States.
She's a bad singer now, too? So, remember, in her own language, she was a great singer and was very meaningful. When she started speaking English, now her songs are shit on paper, and she can't sing, and anyone else... You know why he's so mad, Mimic? Is because he likes her. He's turned on by her. That's why he's so angry right now, you know? He's so angry by this woman, this Spanish woman, this hot Latina herself, that he cannot have it. He's angry. Why am I attracted to this? She's not even American. Why am I attracted to this? God, she's barely speaking English. But that little PP gets hard, and he doesn't like that, you know?
Music I've ever heard in my fucking life. It's utter shit. You could shit on a piece of paper, all right? And you could smear it around. And you could hand it to someone and say, sing this, and they could sing it as better than anything that she ever put out in the United States, but it's crap. It's fucking crap. It was garbage, but only because it was pop music that was manufactured in a studio did it even sound good. Now, I'm not hating on Shakira as a musician outside of the United States, because I've actually heard...
Okay. I'm only hating on Shakira within the borders of the US of A. So if she's on the 50 states... I hate her. Outside of the 50 states, she's cool, all right? She's cool.
Sound good. Now, I'm not hating on Shakira as a musician outside of the United States, because I've actually heard that when she sings her native stuff, she's actually pretty good. But anything she...
So, he's comparing her singing ability in different languages, which doesn't, it doesn't change your singing skill, by the way. You just, you're singing in a different language. But I've heard. I want to hear these lyrics that aren't English, by the way. Hips don't lie. What does that even mean? Hips aren't even talking, dude. What? You got to beat off for the stream when he sees that. That's why he's pissed off. He's got to beat off whenever that song comes on. When all the other masculine people in his class talking about him, making fun of him, he's got to find a closet to jerk off in because he just saw the Shakira video. Let's get it straight here. That's what's going on here.
She put out in English is fucking shit. And shame on anyone who spent a fucking dollar on that, because it didn't even sound like English. It sounds like someone who doesn't even understand what they're saying.
So he's just counting her money, too. That's added counting money, too. So it's both in terms of the woman he loves and he can't have, the Spanish hot Latino, and she also has more money than him. So it's a double hatred.
Because she didn't, and it fucking sounds like...
What was that?
Sound like English. It sounds like someone who...
Why is he so animated in this? Come on. What is going on here? He's so animated. He really wants to fuck Shakira and is really pissed he can't.
Doesn't even understand what they're singing because she didn't, and it fucking sounds like shit. It's terrible crap. You know what I mean? So, ridiculous nonsense, and this is what the state of music is. So I see Criss Cross, 2 kids, know nothing about music, right?
I forgot about them. We started that question 10 years ago, sir. You still on that?
No actual meaning behind the fucking things that they're saying or doing. They didn't even write their own shit. Some guy handed them a piece
No meaning behind that.
of paper. Oh, come on, Chris. Come on, Cross. Let's wear a fucking clothes.
That's how the meeting went. Come here, Chris. Come here, Cross. We got some songs to do. Come here, Chris. Come here, Cross. Hey, Chris. Hey, Cross, come over here. I got some shit on a paper. You can sing this. It's not meaningful, though.
Their own shit. Music, right? No actual meaning behind the fucking things that they're saying or doing. They didn't even write their own shit. Some guy handed them a piece of paper. Oh, come on, Chris. Come on, Cross. Let's wear fucking clothes backwards and dance around like 2 fucking assholes. And they were popular in the 90s. They were a fad. Once they stopped getting shoved down everyone's throats, everyone said, what the fuck did we watch this for? Just like everything. Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice was the biggest musician in the world for 1 or 2 years, Like, legit was rolling in it. Let's hear how bad Vanilla Ice is. According to Phil, you have to like who is worthy of praise for him? The Beatles? Is there anyone under that? Like, what if you have a, Vanilla Ice, not the big, but Vanilla Ice was huge, man. At least when I was in school.
Down everyone's throats. Everyone said, "What the fuck did we watch this for?" Just like everything. Vanilla Ice. Wow, that went far, didn't it? But at the time, oh my, MC Hammer. That was super popular.
Same thing, another fad that they made a fuck ton on and ruled the fucking United States for a year or two.
At the time, now it's like, why the fuck did anyone ever listen to this shit? And that's the problem. It becomes so popular, everyone will hype. The mainstream idiots buy it, and then after a couple years, it dies out, and everyone's like, why the fuck did anyone...
the normal cycle of music, especially back in the day when there was less streaming stuff, the normal cycle of music fads, yes, that's what you're explaining, sir.
Never like this. That's the problem I have with music of the 90s and 2000s, and even today. Most of it is shit. Most of it has no actual meaning.
So Phil likes the music from the 80s. That's when it was more meaningful. He loved that. He loved Come On, Feel the Noise. Every Rose Has Its Thorn. He loved, what's another band he loved, I'm sure? Streetlights People. There was no commercialism in those songs, by the way. Don't Stop Believin' was just dudes writing meaningful content. There was no commercialization in there. They weren't trying to make money, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't making radio hits. They were just doing meaning. Come on, man.
Or anything behind it. It's just put a popular product out there for this. No actual meaning behind it, so who fucking cares? Shit. Okay.
Yep, shit.
Next question.
Like Bon Jovi and them, dude, they weren't trying to make a buck. They were fucking just doing meaningful content. You know? Bad medicine. Your love is like a bad. That's meaningful, dude.
This is from the Big G's, or the Big G's. I apologize because I don't know how to pronounce his name. Hi, Phil. I was wondering which of the Assassin's Creed franchise is your favorite version?
Shut up. Don't care. Next. Let's get to Overwatch 2016. Do we have a comment about some, hot Latinas here?
You know, I just realized they don't have any Latina women in the game, do they?
I love this one. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
You know, I just realized they don't have any Latina women in the game, do they? Like, Farrah's supposed to be Egyptian, so that's kind of your Middle Eastern denomination. You got Chinese, you've got Japanese. Well, actually, I don't know what Widowmaker is. I have no clue.
I don't know what Widowmaker is. I have no clue.
I will protect the innocent.
But you got Zarya's Russian, right?
Okay, Russian.
There's no Latina.
Yeah, Sombra's not here yet, guys. We'll get to Sombra. Don't worry.
No spicy Latina.
No spicy Latina. You know who's spicy and Latina? Akira.
But you got Zarya's Russian, right? There's no Latina. No spicy Latina. It's unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
There should always be a spicy Latina.
There should always be a spicy Latina.
Like this.
Sombra's not in the game yet, guys. Sombra's not in the game at this point. This is launch week gameplay. So, don't worry though. We're going to keep moving forward positively. We're going to go to... I was going timeline order, by the way. So now we're in early 2017. And just for timeline's sake of the completionists out there, this is the year where the breakup with Leanna happens and the first contact with Khet happens. Not yet, though. We're a few months away from that. This is April.
Okay, Friday.
Okay, class, let's get started.
Oh God, it's the girl who or the teacher who obviously is like not Japanese at all. She looks like she's Latina or something. I don't know. Or maybe she's like Portuguese. All right. What did the Greek philosophers so?
That was it. I thought that was funny. The first thing he thinks is Latina. All right, here we go. This is still 2017. This is September. So in terms of timeline, this is when Leanna's out and he's talking to Catherine Burnell on Discord. I think she has visited once at this point, but I'm going to play you here, guys, and you can make your own decisions on this. Their legit is about the next 8 or so videos are all between a period of September 2017 and December 2017 when there was no woman living in his house. Okay, I'm going to prove it to you here. So this is September 6, 2017. Let's hear what he says here. This is Destiny 2.
Like Korra and
this is co-op. He's playing with other human beings, actually. But keep listening.
We're supposed to know who they are.
Okay, Commander Shepard. So this is what Shepard did after Mass Effect 3. I see.
And what's the name of that female right next to us? Do you know?
Listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Latina Gina.
All I know is that she kind of reminds.
Latina Gina gets a shout out. 4 years later, no one gave a shit. No one even got the reference, by the way. The people he's playing with, they did not even know what he said. Phil laughs at his own joke and checks that camera twice for your reactions. Chat, ready?
Latina Gina.
All I know is that she kind of reminds me of Farrah because of her shoulders or something.
That was it. Big ass to Latina Gina. We saw Latina Gina way back there a few videos ago. We're going to go to August 15th, 2017, okay? And we are playing Agents of Mayhem. Still that same time period. Keep that in mind, guys. Same time period.
Gina.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
There you are, my pretties. Just need to take out a couple
This is not co-op anymore, by the way. There's no co-op. This is normal playthrough for DSP.
pendejos first.
Ooh, she's Latin. She could be my new Latina Gina.
Activate the lift and...
Latina Gina, shout out again. This is mere days after the one we just heard. Reminder, this is when Philly Boy is alone in his home. He is extremely boned up. All right, next. Let's go to September 4th, 2017. Here we go.
Cheery says, did you enjoy the Labor Day festivities with Caribbean girls pouncing about? No Caribbean girls in Washington, dude. Sorry, but this is the opposite. There's like almost no Latinas here. We've got a bunch of white people, Asians, Middle Eastern.
That's why Phil, I'm surprised Phil doesn't say this when he, says how cool Washington is.
We've got a bunch of white people, Asians,
here, dude.
Sorry, but this is the opposite. There's like almost no.
Yeah, so here, by the way, the question was about, is it Caribbean people, okay? So let's hear the question one more time. I believe it's asking, is there any Caribbean people here? Let's see how Phil responds.
To the 10-bit cheery says, did you enjoy the Labor Day festivities with Caribbean girls pouncing about? No Caribbean.
Okay, so Francisco, thanks for clearing that up. So Caribbean is part of Latin America then. So is that possible to say that? I'm not going to make a judgment there. I don't know enough.
Caribbean girls in Washington, dude. Sorry, but this is the opposite. There's like almost no Latinas here. We've got a bunch of white people, Asians, Middle Eastern, those kinds of nationalities are very prevalent here. We do not have a lot of Latinas. And that's a shame, because Latinas can be muy caliente.
There we go. I mean? Boned up, Philip.
Oh, well.
Philip's boned up. He loves Latinas. I mean, that is fucking confirmed. He loves those Latinas.
Prevalent here. We do not have a lot of Latinas. And that's a shame, because Latinas can be muy caliente.
Ooh.
But you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, that's where I moved. There are some minorities, like some people are saying, what about, African Americans? There are some, but it's just not there's not a prevalent amount. The prevalent cultures and races here are whites, Asians, and Middle Eastern. Those are the three, big ones. I'm not, of course, every once in a while, you will see a random Latina girl. You'll see, an African American person or whatever, but, you know what I mean? It's not prevalent. So, all right. I think that's...
He has the breakdown on lock. He has this breakdown on lock. The question was, just in case you forgot, the question was, do you see that? What is it? Okay, let's do the question again. It was something about Caribbean
around the same time. I just had a shorter pre-stream today.
Okay, here's the question, real quick.
Oh, one more cheer.
Here it is. One more cheer. Got out.
Or Nights to the 10-bit cheer. He says, did you enjoy the Labor Day festivities with Caribbean girls pouncing about?
That's the question. That's the question. And we got the full breakdown of the minorities in Renton, Washington. How do we get from that question to the full breakdown? That's amazing. All right, we're still September 4th, 2017. Now we're going to go to October 15th, 2017. So again, my friends, this is thank you for saying it that way, Sean. Phil is in heat. And we hear a lot about these Latin girls coming out during this time frame. Here we go.
What is it with these strong, hot Latina women in these games, huh?
Are you kidding me, guys? Insane, man. Insanity! Here's what he's saying that about, by the way. It's just a Spanish woman in the game. But he says that out of nowhere. He is so boned up. And he wants a Latin. He wants the hot Latina.
How did I wind up here? And who are you?
No time for 20 questions. My safe house isn't too far.
Nice.
We can talk on the way there.
It wasn't nice.
Another ally trophy.
Take whatever you need inside. I'll be out here.
And grabbing everything.
What does Phil say to that?
What is it with these strong, hot Latina women in these games, huh?
Oh, yeah. Who wants that?
They're always very attractive and very self-assertive. And
try to stay quiet. There might...
There's a lot. I mean, I know we're getting this is digging deep into something that, might not have any meaning, but I'm telling you, there's some meaning there, man. He wants mommy to tell him what to do. I think he enjoys that aspect of the Latina woman in his mind, right? In his mind, that strong Latin woman, that's what he's after. Tell me what to do, right? You tell me what to do, I'll just do it. That's just my take. Again, it could be fucking nothing, but he needs that. Let's keep going. We're not done with fucking this game. We got more from this game. Oh, Gaio in the house, Martin T. Big ups. Nice pull. Single silver star there.
All right, let's arm this thing.
Is that enough to take care of this thing?
Like 10 times over. And it's ready to go when you are.
I feel so bad for Torres. She came into Phil's life at the wrong time. He is fully bricked up and ready to splooge.
all right, let's do it.
I'm good to go.
Let's do it to it.
I'm going to check out the equipment in the other room.
Views.
Good luck, you two.
I don't want to be Mr. Views.
Get out of here, Asian. I got a hot Latina chick now. I don't need you.
No! God, no! That's incredible! That's the second time he said something to this effect. Let me remind you, everybody, all right? We're going to listen to this one more time, and then I'm going to go back. Dude, it's incredible. He hates Asians, loves the Spanish. He loves the hot Latinas.
Get out of here, Asian. I got a hot Latina chick now. I don't need you.
Okay, here we go.
Like, not even funny. Not even funny, but it's whatever. Let's go back to this, guys. What is his take on Latin here?
Chick,
Here we go. Listen again.
You either pick your CPU player. Should I pick the hot-ass Spanish chick? The ugly Japanese chick?
Uh-huh. Ugly Japanese chick. Sound good? Sounds good, right?
Operation Kick Ass happening in 3, 2.
Get out of
way
here.
too close.
Okay, that's it for that. Next, we're still not done with this game because she's in this game, so obviously we have to hear more about the hot Latin.
Like, we didn't know that was gonna happen.
No!
So if you just saw the Asian style female just lost her life, assumingly helping these other two people. Let's see how Phil handles this.
Every single hot girl in this game died. This is bullshit.
Oh, now she's hot.
First the hot Latina, now the Asian. Come on.
Did not get the hot modifier, though. We got the hot Latina died, and then the Asian. He was Asian.
First the hot Latina, now the Asian.
Just the Asian.
Come on, all the ethnic girls.
Bro,
Why they gotta
this is
kill
incredible. All the ethnic girls. This is a sickness. I have never seen anyone that cares about race as much as this. It's like, why are we saying this? All the ethnic girls.
Come on, all the ethnic girls.
We're getting closer in time, too, by the way, to current day. So, I mean, we're not that far away already, but let's keep going here. Next up, we're in the same fucking game, of course, because he has a lot to say here. We're still in prime, bricked up Piggy right now, okay?
I've been watching you all this time. I know how you've suffered, what they did to you, what I did to you.
This is Evil Within 2.
You didn't ask for any of this. You've been into hell twice for it. It's time for you to leave now. To live the life that was taken from you.
Never noticed this, Myra, but you're actually pretty ugly. Maybe this isn't such a bad deal. I do have a swab debonair. Maybe I'll be able to get some hot Latinos or Asians once I leave here.
You make your own decision there. But he does say Latina. Maybe that's the gin talking.
I do have a swab debonair. Maybe I'll be able to get some hot Latinos or Asians once I leave here.
Hot Lachinas.
I love
the hot
you
Latinas.
too.
Plus, you're always really bad at goodbyes. They take forever.
Both of you.
Never told you that before.
That's why I'm doing this.
Keep going. Now we're going to December 27th of 2017, a mere 2 months away from Kat Burnell moving in. Let's hear what we have to say here about any Latina. We're getting towards the end here as we go. It's been fun so far. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Battlegrounds, by the way, brings up the best, right? The best comes out in these Battlegrounds games. He says some wild shit during these times.
Chewbacca did a 10-bit experiences, but don't I miss Bridgeport, Connecticut, and the big booty Latinas that used to live there? The only thing I miss about Connecticut is seeing my parents and the absolutely amazing Italian food that was there, because there was my favorite pizzeria on the planet is there, and there's also another really good Italian restaurant that does stuff that's not necessarily pizza that I love. And I haven't had it in, 3.5 years since I moved. But outside of that, that's the only thing I miss about Connecticut, man. The Latinos that live in fucking that area are ghetto rats, man. I don't want that shit. Seriously, that place is so ghetto.
The Latinas that live in that area are ghetto rats. Holding that hatred for Vanessa. It's always back here, always in the back of my mind. That hatred for Vanessa.
Area are ghetto rats, man. I don't want that shit, man. The Latinos that live in fucking that area are ghetto rats, man. I don't want that shit. Seriously, that place is so ghetto. I was so happy to get out of there when I did. Level 3 backpack. Oh, my lord.
Watch out. When those ghetto rats might steal it. All right, so Latinas from there are ghetto rats. We're still not done with 2017. I wish we were, but we're not. Oh, actually, we are. We're going to go to January 1st, 2018. So, excuse me, not 2017, but he's still in that bricked up mode. Cat's not moved in yet. He's a solo piggy.
Maybe did a 25-bit cheer and said, here's a hard one. What video were you watching during the infamous FAP video? I don't remember. I basically...
So, great question. What video were you watching during the incident?
And I've answered this before. I've answered this on a podcast. I've answered this in blogs. I'll answer it again.
So please do.
I'm the kind of guy...
Yep.
I don't have an elaborate procedure if I'm going to masturbate. I don't have I don't start lighting candles. Okay, I don't have these rare body oils that I rub on my body.
Rare body oils I rub on my body.
I don't set the fucking mood when I masturbate. You know what I mean?
Yep,
I just beat one off, I get it over with, and I get to whatever else I need to do with my day so it stops bothering me. That's just kind of how I am.
So it stops bothering me? So it stops bothering me? It's like a demon chasing me. I can't turn it down. It's always chasing me. It's almost bothering me. I have to do that unspeakable act. It's always chasing me. It's always right behind me. It's always Shakira. It's always in the I see the vision of Shakira, and I have to do something about it.
Well, I get it over with, and I get to whatever else I need to do with my day so it stops bothering me. That's just kind of how I am. Uh-oh.
Oh god, this is high-level gameplay here. Get back to the story.
I think someone got out of a vehicle, but anyway.
Yeah.
For me, it's a simple procedure. You get it done, you get on to your day, okay? I have no idea what I was watching. I'm sure it was something terrible. I'm sure it was something bad. It wasn't oh, I was watching my favorite porn star of all time. She was taking one in the pink, one in the fucking stink.
Oh.
And then after that, on another window, I had Mandingo penetrating some Latina. Yeah, now I don't know.
You see why this made the show. He did say Mandingo penetrating a Latina.
And after that, on another window, I had Mandingo penetrating some Latina. Yeah, now I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Only thing, this confirms two things. Phil fucking loves Latinas, like we all know now, and that Mandingo video of Leanna hurt him. That cut him deep. By the way, Doomer Ziggy, you make a joke. You said it was black porn. On the Dead Sea Scrolls, we did uncover that, or was it Dead Sea Scrolls? Or somewhere we recovered that it was, Phil admitted it was a urban style gentleman with a white style female in the porno that was leaked when he was in the Street Fighter tournament and someone saw it. It was that style of porno. Look into that as you will, but that is the truth. It was interracial porno. He was watching when someone found that on his computer and then played it for everyone else in the hotel room.
All right, whoever that was, they left.
Okay. Have we moved in? Can we done yet?
I mean, I would like to think that's how it is for most guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are guys who have like a formal masturbation like plan, and they like take time off from work to fucking do it, and they like elaborate. They use oils on their crotch and their fucking cock and balls. You know what I mean?
You got enough oils on your skin. Just
maybe there are people who take it like seriously. I'm just like, man, I'm really, really horny. It's uncontrollable. It's pissing me off.
I'm really, really horny. It's pissing me off.
I'm just like, man, I'm really, really horny. It's uncontrollable. It's pissing me off. I just like get this out of the way so I get on with my day and I have to worry about this shit. Get it over with. It's an ordeal. Get it over with.
This is not normal. This is not normal behavior. That's not normal. Like it's a bother, you know? It's like, God, I gotta jack off now.
About this shit. Get it over with. It's an ordeal. Get it over with.
See, I think it's like he has such a weird relationship with sex stuff. So it is kind of mentally painful to go there, I think. Like, you know what I mean? To get in that headspace. But yet, you know, your body's like, I don't give a shit. I want to go. You know, I got to get it out. So if it gets to that point, Phil doesn't want to do it because it brings up those feelings, right? Of like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I don't really know what I'm feeling here. I don't think he's ever felt that close with someone. So like, he has to do it. So he hates to do it. But I don't think it's like I don't think it's a fun activity for him. I think that part is kind of real. It's not like okay, I got some time here. What else am I going to do? I'll just do this for fun, as most of us do. I do. Sorry, you know.
There you go. Drew Bucket to the 25 pitch here says, Fapside Phil. There you go.
There you go. Anything else on this topic?
Ed?
Come on, say it. You never know, though.
If only I had a good scope.
Next, we are now in February 19th, 2018. So that right there, by the way, you saw that stretch, right? I know there were some from the same game, but that was like 7 videos in a row just from the period of Horned Up Phil mentioning those Latinas all the time. He loved it. He loved it. Here we go. Not done yet.
Here.
You? But Cesar said you was a real man.
Crazy. Lady, I'm a God-fearing, peace-loving man of the people.
Whatever, asshole. Let's go.
Damn, relax, baby.
Nah.
God, that was an epic goat there.
A spicy Latina.
Where's your car?
Where's yours?
Ladies don't drive themselves. That's what men are for.
Oh, my.
Spicy Latina. Big ups, Kubos, for becoming a member. Good luck on your pool. That was just Spicy Latina. Nothing else there. Of course, it has to say the spicy aspect. Pig Roach, man. Big pool. Here we go. 2018. We got more PUBG this time.
King Swaggin says he really loved my Saints Row 3 playthrough. Do I remember the character creation I did? That was hilarious. Yeah, that was the one with Latina Gina, right? I remember that.
Latina Gina.
Latina Gina. Everything was over-exaggerated in all the right ways, if you know what I mean. Everything was over-exaggerated in all the right ways, if you know what I mean.
Over-exaggerated in all the right ways. You know what I mean? Over-exaggerate in all the right ways. You know
It's
what I
all
mean?
week. It's available all week.
There's that. Now we're gonna go to 2019. What do we have here? Looks like we're in Japan. Uh-oh.
Chewbacca just shoots it. I need help taking a big booty Latina girl who's smoking up and seems to always be texting other guy friends she wants to marry me too. What should I do? You should wake up from your dream. Okay, let's continue.
Big booty Latina wants you? Wake up from your dream is what he says. Wake up from your dream. Still dreaming about big booty Latinas? Confirmed? Okay, I'll take it. Dragon Ball Z in the house. 2020 now.
I want to do that overnight. Big booty Latina.
Someone made that their name. I think someone was trolling with these big booty Latina questions, and someone made their name Big Booty Latina. Because clearly they know what we're learning now today. Maybe some of you already knew that. Phil loves the Latina. It's not a fucking joke.
Ray, tip me $1. What a name. And hold on, I'm just going to put him up here.
That made Phil uncomfortable.
BBL.
You know that. Yep, can't write it. Too painful.
What a name. It says the following. And it's funny because I didn't even understand what was going on last night. So they say, why didn't you give the Double Toasted crew a shout out for giving you 400+ views on the one night you played Doom? All they wanted was for you to say what's up, but you ignored them. So here's the thing you guys got to understand. All right, and I've explained this many times to you, but some people just don't listen, I guess.
What is it?
I don't look at viewership. I have no idea how many people are on my streams.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. Next up, 2020. Let's go.
Message and your ongoing support. I appreciate that. Cold Zero has cheered and says, is it okay if I invite sexy Latinas for your B-Day? No, it is not. Unless you're inviting them to your place, that's different. But they're not allowed here. I'm sorry. They're completely banned. Soli99 has resubscribed for 6 months.
Hot Latinas are completely banned from his birthday party. There we go. Confirmed. Let's go. 2020 now again.
I want to see what that is. All right, thank you, Cold Zero, for the cheer. You can do whatever you want with those Latinas at your house. I don't care. I don't need to know about it on my stream. All right.
Yeah, so he's now Cat's moved in and there's no more fun. Talk about Latinas. It's all gone. We still get some mentions every once in a while, but overall it's pretty much done.
Thank you, Omega Wogan. Fred Kaczynski's here. Cheers. Your Golden Colts wants to be painted like one of your Latina girls. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Like people, the LARPers are on the Latina thing at this point. They keep, I want to be painted like one of your Latina girls. That's the tip.
Cheers. Your Golden Colts wants to be painted like one of your Latina girls. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't. But thanks for the cheer. Servant of Eva's resubscribed for...
That's it. I want to be painted like one of your Latina girls. That's a good one. All right, Saints Row. This is Saints Row. What are we at? Saints Row 2022 now. We hear of more Latina Gina. Let's see.
Okay. Of course, I remember She-Bulk. She-Bulk was Saints Row 4. I think it was Latina Gina was Saints Row 3, wasn't it? Those are the two characters I created. Pretty much one of the few times when I actually created female characters for a playthrough.
Oh, yeah.
So basically saying you could do this one again. I really don't want to do the same thing again.
Not much talk happening.
So let's do one of these story missions. Let's do Vice.
Shout outs to Latina Gina. Again, no follow-up, no mention of over-exaggerated features. Cat's already here at this point. So no talk about it there. So that is it, my friends, for Latina mentions on the show. I think we learned a lot of different ways. We learned about Phil and his love of the hot Latinas. And while the hot Latina story started us, we learned a lot more than that. We learned he hates fucking Shakira. I'm going to change this to Shakira, by the way. Salma Hayek's not a good choice. We got to get Shakira in here because that would piss him off the most. And that's the goal, right? Is to get fucking Shakira in on this bitch. So, virginity oh yeah, Doomer Ziggy, I saw that. We'll save that for a different show, though. Doomer Ziggy is virginity style talk, and that's a plunge in itself, for sure. But yeah, where are we putting this, guys? Let me know. Where is Hot Latina going? I'm personally saying it is a top layer thing, in my view. But that's just me. I think it's top. Right? I think it's top. People remember the Hot Latina. Oh shit, what am I doing? People remember the Hot Latina, but they might not remember the whole story. We gave you the whole story today, but I think it's a top level thing because it's clearly deep rooted issues that he's never gonna overcome. He loves the BBLs, the big booty Latinas. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I have watched the greatest basketball of all time. So yeah, Hot Latino will go at the top. I'll fix it up later and I'll get the command ready. If there's anything you want to see here, do the command in chat and you will get the timestamp link to that show. But that will do it for this one. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me today. Gotta go pick up the children that still have all their claws. But you're all fucking legends. And we'll be back on Thursday, my friends. Thursday for a much deeper plunge than even this one. We're going into the job history of Philip Burnell. The job history of Philip Burnell, starting from the yogurt shop all the way to Sikorsky Aircraft. It might take 2 streams, to be honest, because there's so much. But that'll be Thursday, starting at about 11 a.m., maybe 10:30 a.m., something like that. But you're all fucking legends. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll send you to someone else that's streaming after this, after the outro song. You're legends. Bye.